It's Scott, I'm Ganji Kid, it's midnight, it's always midnight. It's your right ear and your left ear. In mono. It's time for the Chuffy Bastard. It's time for me, the Grave Kipper, to just chill the fuck out and play cards, I guess. It's time for me to just chill the fuck out and play cards, I guess. Here we are. Got a chat up there. I can see you. You can see me. We're in the Cat's Tail Tavern. Quite my favourite place at the moment, really. Oh, she didn't fall off, look, she just jumped on there. Oh, that was a bit of a special one. Okay, oosh. It's quite my favourite place, really. 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 Oosh. I haven't actually done the sound check. Which is what usually I use. I haven't actually done the sound check to repeat, which is what usually I use. I haven't actually done the sound check to repeat, which is what usually I use. I haven't actually done the sound check. Quite like jumping off is what usually I use. I haven't actually done the sound check. Quite like jumping off is what usually I use. I haven't actually done the sound check. Quite like jumping off. Jumping off is what usually I use. I haven't actually done the sound check. Quite like jumping off. Jumping off is what usually become my favourite place. Quite like jumping off. Jumping off is what usually become my favourite place. All right. So what we're doing is we're playing Genshin Impact, and it's all cards, isn't it? The doggy's chilling. It's been snowing here. Been out in the snow a little bit today. Overslept a bit today. Oh, rough Sunday. Oh, it's all right. As long as I get some sleep tonight. Might do a little cheeky special randomer with Steve tomorrow. Might do a non-scheduled stream with Steve tomorrow, just for a bit of fun. But next week's going to be a bit of a chilled week, so it's appropriate we have snow. You might notice that in this tavern, there's no one here with a little card symbol above their head, because I've actually been playing the fucking cards. I've killed them. I've beaten them all at cards. I'm ready to take on the cat, I think, but there's one more chuffer in town that I haven't had a game of cards with. So, it sounds really weird the way I'm saying it. I actually find it really weird to be saying this on a Genshin. Hi, I'm doing a Genshin Impact stream, and just gonna go and. I played Blanche earlier at cards. Get your feet off the counter, they're clean. Hang on. There you go, they're clean. I played Blanche earlier. Welcome. When we finished playing cards, I should have done it on stream really. When we finished playing cards, she said, right, I've got customers to attend to. And she didn't have any customers to attend to. She never has any. As far as I've seen Blanche, I'm your only customer. Don't go telling them all. We've got Timmy to play. Timmy is here. It's weird actually. We played Timmy as our first challenge, didn't we? Little Timmy out on the bridge, and now we're Big Timmy. So let's get straight into it. Big Timmy, would you like to play cards? I'm not really that interested in alchemy. I'm more interested in the cards. And then I'll tell you what I haven't done. I haven't really messed about with my deck. Ooh. I haven't really messed about with my deck. Just going with the same standard deck that they give you. But I've taken out 2 of the rubbish cards that have no value and use and put in 2 of my new cards. Really, that's all I've done. I really want to play a few more hands, a few more games, and have a few more people in chat telling me what the right cards are to buy from the shop. Not the physical shop, but I wonder whether you get all the cards or whether... Anyway, we'll see. Because I don't know what's good and what's not, so I've refrained from adding to my deck with extra stuff really yet. We're just still using the same basic stuff. Starting to get used to it now. It comes with 2 transmutation... When playing an artifact, if possible, spend transmutation materials equal to the cost of the artifact and equip this artifact. Ooh. Okay, I get you. So that's free. Alright, it's not my... I've got to choose which one I'm going with. What are they going to go with? They're going to go with something icy. I'll start with...
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Basically getting cheated from the start. 1 useful dice out of 8. Let's have some pyro. Roll Daddy some pyro. Daddy needs a new hat. I'm already biting my lip. Another... I don't think it's not even conversation. It's conversation, not content. But I've been biting my lip recently while I've been on stream, making it worse. And the more I bite it and it's worse, the more I bite it. So it must be a signal of my anxiety. Right, what we're doing here. Look, yeah, I can do this for free because that's an artifact for free. Yeah, so I will do that. Even though it's not relevant now, I'm going to do it now. There's the cat now. As soon as I start streaming, she needs to come in. You're alright. Come in like a rocket, you did. She come in like a rocket, Marlo, didn't she? She come in like a rocket. Right, where am I? I'm attacking on. I'm just, what am I doing? Cards, can put a little sword on. This one, next time you perform switch, yeah, that's for free. Draw 2 cards, yes I will do. Okay, nothing good that I can use early apart from this, but I don't need to use it yet. I mean, I could use it. Spend 1 less elemental die when you perform switch. But I've already got... Didn't I just play a card that had something to do with switching? Or was that when you attack, you automatically switch? I get confused. Right, let's just do an attack. This will eliminate that, and then we're away at the races. I think it's obvious to me what I've got to do here. I've got to use Kaya against the red one, and the red one against the blue one, yeah? So now I'm in trouble. Need to start with the elemental tuning. But this should work. And they'll do nothing because they'll have run out of dice. And it's my turn. And they'll do nothing because I've run out of dice. End round. Okay, there's some cards. It'd be nice if the cards are more obvious what they do, you know. Like, the art's interesting on them. And they say what they do when you have a good look at them. But for you, the player, for you, the viewer, that maybe hasn't played all of these cards before, and for me, the player, it'd be nice if they said what they did on, like, if they had a bit more of a clear illustration of what the card's going to do. The food makes sense. It's food. But that one, the next time you switch a skill, your next character, the next time you use a skill, your next character will be active. It doesn't seem obvious and intuitive to me, really, but never mind. I think I could probably use the winery now. And I think I could probably lay in with some attacks. We should be able to do enough damage to this that it won't matter what happens. Okay, they've switched. Good. I'm going to switch and take my final attack. Hopefully this will cost nothing. Yes, good. Switch.
Ready when you are.
And I'm going to be spending all of my mana. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not actually, because I've got a discount on my cryo here, look. So I only need to spend 2. I thought I was going to spend all of it. Suppose that means I could spend this the next time you switch, use a skill, switch your next character. Could do. Can't hurt. What does this do? When you perform switch, spend 1 less die. So that actually costs, and switching doesn't. Anyway, we're going to attack. Elemental style.
Freeze!
I don't really need to do anything. If I just stay on whatever character's alive and just attack, 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 I'll win this. I've run out of things I can do. The only thing I can do is 1 dice next time you attack switch. I might as well spend it. I mean, why not? End round. There's some more cards. They're going to start first. I'm on Kaya, but I'm going to switch. Oh, look. I'm on Kaya, but I'm going to switch to Sucrose automatically when I hit. So I don't get any of the right die. I have all the Pyro ones. I mean, I feel like I should keep them because at least they're there, but nope. 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 I want Animo and I want Cryo. No Animo. This is an issue. Let's just do what we can.
Dodge this!
Now I should switch. Yep. Bite my lip again. Stop it. What I want to do here is do some AoE swirl damage that can do damage to everything. I can't make that happen though for some reason. I thought I'd be able to spread the damage there. I've got specials on these two. But if I use a 1 and a 2 like that, I can actually use up some of these rubbishy crystals and just get the attack going. But it only does 1 damage. That's no good to me. I want 2 damage, please, don't I? What would this do? 3. That would do. That's what I want. 3 animos. So I'm going to trade in some cards. I'll start with that now. Let's go.
Absorption test.
Now I've won, haven't I? I can't. There's no way I lose here. I only need to hit them for 2. Can I switch for 3? Yeah. Let's switch to Kaya for 3.
Ready when you are.
And then let's just hit. You're dead. You're dead. Got a new card there, look. When playing an artifact, spend the transmutation. Okay. No, I don't want to try again. Oh. Press the try again button. So, is there a way to quit out of this? I have to concede. There goes my win rate. Exit. How'd you like those? A victory just as I expected, that's what he says. For me, you mean? A victory for me, you idiot. A victory. Ha! Get up those. Get there. I just got a feeling she's going to be playing cards. She's not. Is she not? Hertha, are you not playing cards? I suppose you're busy with the coordinating the knights. Are you not? I thought she would.
Of supplies must be reported.
Right, this guy, because he's called Guy. Guy is depressed. He finds things meaningless. He's stood out the back in the shadows. He doesn't like it. What about if I just drop a few cards, give him a few cards, get him into it? He might give him something to live for. Arthur, are you playing cards? No? Where's my next challenge? Card challenge. There's another, it's like they keep appearing every time I beat someone. Somebody else appears on the map, look. Patterns match at the Angel's Share. Can I teleport to the Angel's Share? No. Okay. It's a bit weird that the Angel's Share, like, I thought they were rival competitive businesses and, you know, if all the cards are going on down the road, I suppose the Angel's Share's got to get a share, but why isn't Stanley? Stanley's talking to the cat. Alright, sorry, interrupted you. Hello, Patton. Actually, I should put my new card in the deck. It doesn't matter. I mean, this guy's going to have, like, some rubbish, and I'm just going to smash his head off with whatever I've got. Don't want that. There's something good. Something new. Paimon. Always love seeing Paimon when she pops out. What have you got? Oh, you got Samachels. I've not seen those before. That's good. But they only got 4 health, so you're dead. Kaya's actually...
Ready when you are.
Although I hate him as a character in the actual game, I'm using him as a card. Yeah, right. And that's a good roll. At least I've got 3. That's a guaranteed attack. We're in. Do your worst. Do your worst. What are they doing, actually? When action phase begins, give your active character Hydra application. That's not your active character. I don't understand. That one's got Hydra. Oh, no, it is their active character. It's pushed forward. I just assumed they'd be going with that. Okay, so this is the active character. It's an Animo Samature with Hydro on it. So that's going to fuck Kaya right up. So I switch? What have I got in my hand? I've got change the dice. I've got, if someone dies, I can use the card. I've got spend 1 less cryo die for the using of the crown. It's going to come in useful later. We generally tend to do it early. The sword, again, the same thing. Useful if you do it early, more attack over the course of the game. Bit worried about this attack fucking up Kaya a bit. But I also know that if I hit with the right power, like Frostgnor's 3, is it? So can I not do an extra and do 4? And then it's dead, so it doesn't get to attack me, sort of thing. Like this. Watch. What does she do? When you use a skill that's already been used, spend 1 less elemental die. I mean, I should put this on, but I'm going to leave it for a bit. I just want to get this attack out of the way and see if it kills it. Oh, it does 5 damage. Look. Because it's affected by Hydro. So the Hydros are negative for it, actually, isn't it? Because Kaya froze it. Now it's dead. So I've won now because my characters have got more health than yours. There's no way I can lose. Simply no way I can lose. Insufficient... what? What? Don't think so, mate. What do you mean, no? Yeah. Have that. Have it. Just have that. Spent all my dice. That's good if you spend all your dice. They're not going to do anything because they've run out of moves. So it's my turn again, but I've run out of moves. So it's end round for now. But we roll some cryos next turn and it's game over. In fact, it's game over. Like, they can't... There's no way they can defeat me. Feels a bit unfair, really. Now it's fair. As you've noticed, the colour of my dice indicate what I can play. And I've got no Geo, no Dendro, no Electro. So all those rolls were rubbish. Got to re-roll them, though, but they came out rubbish. Don't know what's going on here. It's all frozen. Oh, it's literally frozen. It has got an effect on it. Not as good as the Hearthstone effect. Not as alive as the Hearthstone effect, but it does have an effect on it. It's frozen. I can see that there. It's irrelevant, isn't it? Because if I just do this... Oh, right, it's switched. Oh, they switched to this one. They switched to the Dendro. So I should have Pyro on, really. For fighting Dendro, shouldn't I? Let's just see what the damage meter would read. -4. Well, I might as well just do that, then. You're dead.
Freeze!
Didn't get to see those attacks from these characters because they're all dead. What are you going to do? Go on. Nothing. Alright. Or if I do 4 damage... Right, I just trade all my cards for 4 damage then, yeah? Doesn't matter what these cards do, because I can just change them and win the game. In the end, it didn't matter what cards we used. Well, I don't want to do 2 damage, I want to do 4 damage, thanks, yeah?
Cool it!
Thanks. Thanks, Patton. You're the worst card player ever. Never even heard of such a bad, terrible... chuffing, terrible, bad. Exit. Easy wins. You got a lot to learn up at the Angels. The Angels share. The Angels hair. The Angels share. Share. It's a bit thick. The Angels. The Angels. The Angels. Angels. Chair. No, the Angel's hair. No, Cher. Like Sonny and Cher. Like, do you believe in life after love? No. Like, equal portions. Equal portions. You're meager portions. Your mom should have had an abortion. I'm doing, that's my rhymes, of course, but I'm doing card hazing. TCG card hazing. He just lost a game. I should have done it before the game to really psych him out. Your mum should have had an abortion. Instead, she had you, a privileged kid who doesn't know a clue about fair use. I'm not saying that I'm Snow White, but to me, you're intellectual dwarves, dopey Raffian, droopy drawers. Just leave me alone. Patton says. Right, okay, sorry. There's the old days. They were the old days. They're not these days, they were the old days, so don't get moaning at me. Wagner. Can you put down the hammer? I want to play cards. Can I help you? What do you think? What do you think? Well, what he thinks is, I'd like something made, because I always come here for I'd like something made, don't I? Obtaining my little crystals, day in, day out. Obtain this, obtain that. It's, Wagner says with you, it's all obtain this and obtain that, isn't it, with you? It's always obtain this, forge that. You might want to set him off forging some... you might want to set... He's too busy now. I want to play cards. I want you forging all that stuff until I want to play cards. Stop messing. I'll come around this side for the cards. Can we play them on the anvil? Oh, look. Ooh, achieve victory, play a weapon. I would have not done that by mistake if I'd not known. Achieve victory within 5 rounds. Okay. And again, I'm going with the basic deck they give me. I'm not messing with my deck yet. I'm just getting used to it all. And I get the feeling that as you progress and get new cards, you should put them in your deck. But at the moment, I feel quite strong, so I don't think I need to. I'm going to mulligan everything for a weapon because it's one of our quest things. There's the weapon. And I'd rather... Oh, God, he's got 4... For a blacksmith, that's an awful deck. That's an awful hand. What are you doing? They're not even character cards that you should play with. Like, they're like support cards that you add. I mean, what's wrong with you? I mean, come on. You know, they're hydros, so it doesn't matter which character I use, you're all dead. All of you.
Let's finish this swiftly.
All dead. Let's finish this swiftly. Certainly fucking will do. Oh no, I don't get a chance to attack with my dice. Give me the red ones. Fucking hell. One red one. What is this? Pedo simulator. Come on. My turn. Right. My turn. I need to use the sword. That's happening. You can't stop me from having it happen. Why is the blacksmith giving me extra... Wagner's now supporting me. He's... when playing a weapon card, spend the forging billets instead. So that's a free weapon. Wagner. End of the phase, you gain a forging billet. Comes with 2 when played. So I hope you keep getting forging billets all the way through. Like, because you have to pay for the card usually, but Wagner played that on my side of the board because he's a fucking idiot. So I'm now going to cream him. That's that played. And if I'm right in thinking, all I need to do is just attack once, and it's... Oh, look, it's -6 damage. Can I do any less damage? -4, -3. I could do 3. Let's do -6, I think. Probably. Ah! Right, now my opponent can't win. Like, you can't win. There's no way. What's happening? They're cheating. They brought in another character. No one said they could do that. Oh, when can I do that? Supports remaining 1. What's going on here? I need people in chat. I tell you what, with this card game more than ever, I need Cruel, I need Juzzy, I need you all in chat to tell me what the fuck is going on. Supports remaining 1. It's excited me. It's made me... I thought we were just chilling today. That hyped me up. He's cheated. As far as I can see, he's cheating. When do I get to do that? Supports remaining 1. Is that the way it's going to go, is it? I feel like I'm getting ripped off. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play really badly. I'm just going to trade every card that I can and just attack again for huge damage. I just think this is probably going to be the way forward for me. Look, they've got another card. But I've already killed 2 of them, so I'm not even that worried. And watch this. You're going to think this is madness. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to end my round. Fuck the rest of the dice. Fuck my cards. Could have played a card or whatever. Don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm going to annihilate these silly Billy Hilly churls. 1 by 1 with just +6 damage. Red dice. Give me the red dice. I'm not even changing character, mate. They didn't give me any red dice again. Why have they done that? It's cheating. That's coded in, hard-coded. That's not random. That's hard-coded in. Watch this. You're dead. Next. Go on, have I got a skill card that I can trade for... Shift 1 energy. I don't want to shift an energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could have 1, 2, 3... Will this kill them? That'll do -9 to that. -9. It's a bit overkill, really, isn't it? It's overkill. What about that? -3. We'll do that. We'll do -3. How about that? You're dead. Is there any use? Like, I might as well just end my turn. Roll the dice again. It's not my turn. Shut up, it is my turn. End round. I'm ending my round. Might as well just do that. Roll the dice again. Don't care what you do, really. Don't care about the cards. Don't care about the damage. I can kill you in 1 hit. So, all I have to do is roll some red dice. There you go. There's the red dice. All the other ones come. He's cheating me again. My opponent's turn, yeah? What are you going to do? 1. It's not enough. It's my turn now. So I'm going to play another sword, because I can. It's free. I'm going to trade that. 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 And now I've got all the red ones I want, and I'm going to do -9 damage. Wagner, you're awful, awful, Wagner. Awful at this game. If I were you, I'd carry on blacksmithing and give up the cards, because that was the easiest. I thought they might get harder as they went on, but that was the easiest game of cards I've ever played in my life. Probably easier than when I was a kid and my granddad used to let me win at Snap. Okay, I've got better things to do, he says. Yeah, he's not happy about it, but fuck it, man. That was bad, Wagner. That was bad. Don't you forget it. I'll remind you of it next time I come past, how bad at cards you are. I have to haze them at the end, don't I? I have to haze them. You've got a head bigger than a big fat head. Hazing them. Hazing. It's good. They'll know about how good I am at cards now. Give them a good hazing. Haze them down. Just picking up those mushrooms, because I do need them for Mona. In fact, why am I... In fact, why am I doing this? Get your own damn mushrooms. Wet girl. Look at her clinging on. Clinging on. Alright, wet girl. Soapy bubbles. Get your own damn... It's bad, that is, because when you want to run, you can't see her. So I can't see her. Where is she? One of the joys of running around with your characters is look at them doing a little running with their little leggies. That's fun. She's running. Yeah? Oh, don't go in there. There's Faruzan. Oh, she's running. Look how fast she go. Running. That's good, yeah? Hey, Mona. Walking normally, and then you've disappeared. So it is cool, but it's kind of strange that you disappeared. Don't get to see you running. Bit of a shame. Anyway, what are we doing? Is there any more cards to play here? It looks like I've beaten everyone at cards. Doesn't it? Let's head to the cat's tail. And, don't take her in there. She'll burn all the cards. She'll burn all the cards. No, don't let Clee touch your cards. She'll burn them. You need to keep them nice. Put them in a display case. Keep them nice. Put them in sleeves. Don't let Clee touch them. So things that I can do at the moment, I can invite a player, which means I can probably get cool cards off them, and I can invite anyone out of all these, so that's a big choice. Big choice. At the moment I'm leaning towards Ganyu, because, hello. But I think it's a good, I didn't get her as an actual character in the game though. She came past recently and it's a real shame, so it might annoy me. And what I should be doing is I should be thinking about what kind of cards I've got, what kind of teams I can make, what kind of powers they've got. I mean, really, one of my main characters is Wet Boy, isn't he? He really should be on my card list. Out of all this lot, out of all this rabble, the main one that I play with is Wet Boy. So I'm probably going to invite Wet Boy if no one else tells me different. I've got 2 tickets anyway. 2 tickets to Paradise. And then we've also got this cat. The cat can sell me some more cards. Which, I'm going to want these. I've got $5,900, so I'm going to want all this stuff. I just don't know what and when and which cards are good and which cards, like, you know, you might spend some of your hard-earned 5,900 copper card coins and get something rubbish. And then it turns out that they're rubbish and you don't want them and you spend it for the wrong thing. It might. I don't know. There's Chang the Ninth. I thought he was going to be I thought he was going to be a character in the game, playing the cards. I hope I get to play Chang the Ninth. So I kind of want to buy him as a card because I like him. But when either side uses a skill, if physical damage or piercing damage was dealt, or an elemental reaction was triggered, this card gains 1 inspiration. When it gains 3 inspiration, discard it and draw 2 cards. Like, that's probably good, but I need to build a team that has physical and piercing, and I'm not up to that bit yet. I'm not thinking that way yet. I'm just sort of playing it and looking and trying to learn about all the different styles before I commit to a particular deck building style in case I can't have all the cards. But maybe I can have all the cards. Someone needs to tell me. Now, maybe during the course of this thing I get all the... I don't want to miss out on an event card. They might never come back. Or maybe they're here forever. I don't know. Someone needs to tell me. Or I need to learn. But as I'm a streamer, I don't have to learn. I can come on stream and just complain until someone tells me. So, I don't know what to buy yet, really. I mean, I haven't even got a Dendro character, but it might be that I get one and they're the best, so... At the moment, we're playing with Cryo. I have got Electro, because we got... I mean, these are always going to be good, aren't they, these things? I think they are. I think I do want these things. I could have 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. I could have a whole 2 rows. So I can't have everything at the moment. Nowhere near. I'd rather save up loads of coin and know that I've got lots of coin than spend it all out and then think, oh, I wish I had something different. But I've got a couple of cards in my deck that are totally useless. Hang on, I got Ellen. I got her by... I don't have to put... I've got her. Maybe I get these by playing in the game and I don't have to buy them. Maybe that's a mistake, you see. Like, you never wish on the weapon banner, you know? Maybe... I don't know which one is good value here. Are these weapons worth it? They look cool. I mean, I certainly don't want to buy any more Geo cards, do I? Because I don't have any Geo characters. But it might be that later in the game, the Geo one's the best one, and you should have bought the Geo cards. See what I'm saying? So I suppose at the moment, I for sure want event cards, because I hope they don't go away. I for sure have got a couple of characters in my deck that can use certain things. And I like that. You must have 2 Cryo characters. Oh, I haven't got 2. Summon a Hilly Chill. You must have 2 monster characters in your deck. So now you're building a monster deck. See, it's confusing me already. I've got that in my deck, I never use it. And then I'm going to come up against some baddies or some people that I play cards with, and they're going to have like a very strong pyro deck, and I'm going to need to counter it, aren't I? That's when I might come back and start buying cards. When I'm like, oh, if only I had this card, I would beat them. Oh, then I'll go and buy it. I think that's the best thing at the moment. What the fuck, provisions? Okay, they're invitation letters. I will definitely be needing them. Dynamic skins. That's topping it off at the end. Unless... Hang on. What I'm looking for is my... what are my legs? I'm looking for, Rina! My card dick. Hang on, so... Bag, is it in your bag? Casket of Tomes. Oh, there's a new thing on here. Character card proficiency obtained. Oh my god, there's now so much for me to collect in the game. They've just taken all the things that... What's going on? Is my stream still rolling? Come on, Twitch. Yeah, it's all rolling, yeah. It's just my computer, and yeah, it's all rolling, yeah. They've taken, like, by just putting in this little card box in the game, they've taken the amount of things that I can collect and want, because I don't really want stuff for my teapot. I'm not really, like, some of this stuff, I've got, like, a balloon thing from a festival. I don't really care. I don't really care about these. It's nice when you get them and you're like, oh, I completed this thing and I got this thing. Like, look. That's nice, isn't it? It's nice, but I'm not like, oh, I didn't collect this and I didn't collect that. The other thing that, of course, I'm interested in collecting... Weapons, characters, obviously characters, but the weapons, you know, yeah, I'm into that, things to collect. So I'm kind of like, you know, I've got characters to collect and weapons to collect, and now I've got cards to collect.
If you're not sure what to do next, how about I take...
Now I've got cards to collect, and not only have I got cards to collect, I've got, I've got cards to collect, and I've got... Hang on, what do I want to do here? I'm going to do a... Overload. Oh no. So I'm going to I'm going to freeze, melt, and then overload. Yeah, that's what this deck is about. So, what was I saying? Can't do two things at once, can I now? Look. I need more cards, don't I? Can you do a deck without enough cards? Are these good cards? I can't remember. That's a good card. Stargaze is a good card. Wait. Okay, so save that. Hang on. Save the changes. That's fine. I'll come back to it. Stargaze is a good card. Talk to me, cat. This might be a mistake. I remember when I first started playing Hearthstone, and that's not, unless someone's going to come in chat and tell me I'm making a mistake, I'm about to make the mistake. But in Hearthstone, I bought some cards. I didn't not put money and buy them at the start. I was free to play, but I used my in-game currency to get cards, and they were just the wrong cards I shouldn't have got. But now it doesn't matter because I've got all the cards, so it might be like that. Show me Stargaze then. Yeah. Strategize, sorry, strategize. Draw 2 cards. Yes. That's definitely a good card. And these are the cards that I've been playing with, aren't they? So I get that now. So the ones that I think are definitely good from this, that I always play, I should probably buy a second copy of it. Because you're only allowed to have 2 in your deck, but they're good. I like that one as well. Purchase. Because then I'm taking out the cards that I think are rubbish and putting in the cards I think are good. It's just 2 little cheap. I won't go overboard. I'll just get, a couple of these. It might be that, like I say, you end up buying everything, but... Right, the good thing about those cards is that they're cheap in terms of... I'll explain it. Shut up, cat. Right. Let me into my card bags. The good thing about those cards I just bought are... They cost 0 to play them. I didn't get... That wasn't it. Where are they, the fuckers? Here. Not that one. This one. For example, this one. It costs 0 to play it. So you're going to be able to play it if it comes into your hand. It's not a cost on your mana dice. The next time you perform switch character, you spend 1 less elemental die. So you're saving more elemental die, aren't you? So it's a good card, isn't it? It's simple, it's good. And what's good about it, the strategy that I just decided on, was I think drawing cards is good. Drawing cards is what we call thinning the deck. What does that mean? It means you've got a full deck of all different cards, and you might want to get Paimon out of the deck. You might think, Paimon's in my deck, I want Paimon. Now, if all my cards do stuff and whatever, then when I draw them, and they're just in my hand. I'm waiting for Paimon. But if I put this in my hand, then I can spend that card and change it for more cards from my deck. That essentially becomes like a nothing space in my deck, doesn't it? Instead of it being in my deck and I draw it and have to wait for Paimon, I draw it and I can use it to find Paimon. It's what we call thinning the deck, because it itself doesn't actually do anything. It's just... Like, if you put every card that was in your deck that said draw cards, and you imagine them out there lined up like that, they're not there, are they? Like, when you draw them, you don't actually use this, you get another card instead. There's a lot of cards like that in Hearthstone that are deck thinners. And that means that instead of having to wade through all of these different cards to find Paimon, if 4 of my cards thin my deck for me, or are deck thinners, then when I get them, I play them. That means I've got a lot... Like, let's imagine there's 4 less cards in my deck now. My deck is smaller. I've got a lot more chance of finding the cards I want. If I've only got 20 cards and you've got 30 cards, I'm going to find my good cards better. Because you've got 10 more cards to find your way through, to draw and wade through. So deck thinning is good when you've got a very specific strategy. It means you've got less cards to play with. And if you put a lot of deck thinners in, and your strategy, if Paimon's not good enough, then what will happen is you'll draw all your cards and you'll run out of cards. Like if you just put deck thinners in your deck, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. Yes, I'm drawing all the cards. Then at the end, you've drawn all your cards and you've got nothing. Like what you need is a very strong win condition that you're drawing toward. But what it does is, for example, in the starter deck, here, in my first deck, they put in some of these cards like this Animo hat. Oh, we've got an Animo character, haven't we? The Electro hat, and I didn't have an Electro character. So that's deck filler, pack filler, deck filler. It's filling a space and it's not useful. So if I can change that for draw a card, that's better because I can get to the cards that are useful. Now, it might be that you're going to tell me, oh, you don't want to get these cards. Why are you drawing Paimon? She's not very good. So I'm getting the deck thinners now. My little strategy there with my buying strategy then was I've got a couple. I know they're going to be useful regardless of what cards are going to be powerful. I don't know what cards are going to be powerful, but I'm going to get to them quicker than other players that haven't got 2 copies of draw a card. Simple. So, and that as well, it saves me mana. Spend 1 less elemental die, changing shifts, it costs nothing. So I get it in my hand, I play it immediately, and it just saves me a little bit. That's going to be useful in the early strategies against any deck. Saving me mana early doors, isn't it? Comes in my hand, I can play it as well. It's not like this that does something good, but I have to have 2 different crystals or 2 the same. I can't remember now. It's not like that. It's free. So cards that are free are quite useful. They are also spent quite easily and quickly, so you don't have so many cards in your hand. So I'm talking about quite a fast deck. Like a draw lots of cards, spend lots of cards deck. So now that I've got that basic principle in, maybe I should be looking for other cards that marry up with that principle. Like that are cheaper that you can spend if you draw them. So I chose Leave It To Me. The switch will be considered a fast action instead of a combat action next time I switch. And that switch will be free. So I'm now doubling up. I'm synergizing with the thing that my strategy is. My strategy is to switch characters for free. And now I can do it as a fast action. Double whammy. So I'm going to be doing more attacks than my opponent thinks I might be. So let's put that in the deck. And I don't know why it said no more. Oh, I've got 2 of them. Right, yeah. So simple little changes. But changes to make my deck slightly better without knowing what the really strong cards are. Where's the really powerful ones? Which ones should I be aiming for? Because I'm sure we'll get a couple of cards and I'll start to find out that I'll be like, oh, well, every time that's drawn, play that, wham, you know, but I don't know what that is yet. Destroying a summon, now I see as being quite important. Haven't really been encountering a lot of them yet, but do see it as important. Choose 1 summon on your side and grant it another use. Not as important until I start getting more summons. I've got space for 10 more cards, and I don't really know what I'm doing now. You know, I don't really see anything potent in this lineup. So my choice is go back to the shop and buy some potent cards to add to my lineup. 10 more, please, boss. Or fill my deck with some filler. Cards that I don't usually use much of. If that's the case, probably going with the strategy that I've just described. The hash browns, the minty meat rolls, and the sweet madame are going to be good, aren't they? Because they're cheap, easy, any card, you can play them all the time. Play them on any character. Let's whack them in then. Now I'm only looking for 7 more cards. So that's where filler comes in, isn't it? You might end up just filling with some of this. Destroys all the summons, might come in useful if I get a game go out of control. Probably is a waste. I don't even feel like putting it in my deck. Now I feel like going back to the shop, you know. When a character uses a squill or a talent, a squill or a talent, hydro die. I don't own any hydro character yet. I'm thinking I'm gonna though soon, aren't I? And this, oh yeah, this deck has Electro in it, doesn't it? I forgot that. That was this deck. So there's another card. I only need 6 more cards. So let's put in Amber. We'll put in the Stargazer. Six more cards. I might pop back to the shop and see if I can get anything that combines with my described strategy. Otherwise, I just fill it with those. Sorry, 4 more cards. I just fill it with those 4 otherwise, because it just have to be. But let's have a look. Come on, you catty. So I'm looking for... I suppose they can be anything, can't they? They don't have to be any particular. I can choose what I want. I'm looking for cards that suit a very fast play style. So he's nothing. He costs nothing. Collect your unused elemental die. And if this card's collected 3, draw 2 cards and create an element. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I'm going to be very fast draw on the cards again, but I like that because I've always got dice roll left over. My question is, would this character be found in the game? Am I going to fight him for card? You know, should I be buying him or would I get him free? Because I got Timmy for free. You know, I'm worried that I'm buying a card I might get for free. The event cards, on the other hand, I'm pretty more confident they're not going to be given to me through playing the game. I think I might have to buy these. Again, I don't know. But I think these look very, like, very obvious. Like, you must have 2 characters that... Was there anything here that looked good? No. I suppose I end up buying more of these. You know, I end up buying another send-off and another quick knit, don't I? There's 2. A lot of provisions there, invitation that is. What does this do? When either side uses a skill, if elemental damage was dealt, this card gains 1 qualitative process. When it gains 3, discard it and create 3 different basic elemental die. Sounds good, you're creating 3 dice. But, like, are you creating them so I can roll 3 more every turn? Or does it give me just 3 additional dice? And they'll be basic, they'll be different. Guaranteed different. So they're never going to fit what I want. But I can use them to trade cards with, you know, to mess about with. So it's reasonable. It's quite a boon to have 3 extra dice. And if I'm quick playing and I've got extra dice, that's going to be quite big, isn't it? And you can use it. I think that's 2 different ones. I can't remember whether it's 2 different or 2 the same. I think it's 2 different ones. So I think you can use it in pretty much any circumstance. Like you're going to have 2 crappy dice that you couldn't use. Use that. Or Liban is going to suck them up and give them back to you as omni-elements later if you connect 3 of them. If you're playing well, or if you're lucky, you know, if things are going well, you're not going to be leaving dice for Liban. Whereas this is a choice. You can say, look, I'm going to leave... I suppose you could choose to leave the dice for Liban as well, couldn't you? But with this, you're going to gain the dice later. They're going to be random. With Liban, you're going to gain... Okay, with this, at the end of it, you're going to get these extra dice. But you're not going to be trying to leave any over or anything like that. With Liban, you need to leave them over to create the effect. So, actually, it's only working if things are not going well. Does that make sense? I mean, that's good, because it's tipping the balance in your favour when things are not going well. But if you're using all your dice, you're doing well, aren't you? So, you might put Liban up and then just do well and not use Liban at all, because you're using all your dice. Whereas with this, you're getting 3 extra dice. You're paying 2, but you're getting 3. And it might happen twice, I'm assuming. If it happens twice in a game, then you're paying 2 for 6. And that's quite a good deal. So I like this as a concept. I can't see the game is going to ask me to fight the parametric transformer, because it doesn't exist in the world. So I'm going to purchase that and think that's a good idea. I mean, I'm worried about this. I'm worried I'm doing the wrong thing. But I'm doing it. I've bought the parametric transformer. I hope I get to buy everything. If I don't get to buy everything, I'm going to start getting cross. You know me. Same old G. Been low-key. Hated on by most of these Gs with no cheese, no trees, no snowmobiles. The other... Okay, I bought 2 and I needed 4. So I think I might go safe and pick up a couple of send-offs. Or 1 send-off. Because it's, you know, I can see how that can be powerful. Destroyer summons. And, I don't want to be in a position where I'm losing and I get extra stuff. No thanks. Biting my lip, stop it. I'm thinking I want to build... what kind of a deck do I want to build next as well? I don't know, I haven't got any other additional support cards to know which thing to build around, really, but I like the idea of getting the characters that I've got in the game, and I like my wet characters. I like Wet Boy and Candice. Like, maybe I'd put them together in a deck. So maybe I want to buy one of those, put it in the deck. But it's useless now, so I need to be careful about what I'm spending, don't I? I think that's it. We'll fill the pack. We'll fill with the rest. Go on in the back. We'll fill with the rest. Deck. Deck building team. It's deck building team. I always go South African for deck building. It's deck building team. So let's put that in. We bought that, didn't we? And didn't I get the 2 parametric transformers? That's quite an interesting new card for me. You know, that's something new that I put in the game that's I'm gonna be looking for that. So you know what I said about thinning the deck? I'm gonna be looking for the parametric transformer, get it on the board. It's gonna give me extra dice later, and in those moments later on, I'm gonna be playing faster than my opponent because I'm gonna be working through my cards quicker. So I'm gonna be getting to my good stuff. So later on, I'm gonna have more dice and better cards to hit you with. You know, more guarantee of having those better cards in my hand. The better cards being, I suppose, the weapons, the extra attack hat, Paimon, some of these supports. I don't know, the parametric transformer itself. No, what I need now to really complete this deck is a support card that's like powerful and, you know, a card that you're looking for. You're like, oh, you know, when am I going to draw my card? That's what I'm really looking forward to seal this deck off. I've still got the space for it. You know, I didn't finish that off, did I? At the moment, I suppose it becomes the send-off and the star signs, gaining extra energy, destroying my opponent's summons. You know, I can get to those quicker, and I will have the dice to spend them. Or it might be some of these supports. I don't know. Right. One more card in the deck, and it's just going to be a filler card. So, what's that? Shift energy. Yeah, we can have that. Whatever. Save. My deck. We need to change the name. My first deck. Now, the name cannot contain... What do you mean it can't contain spaces? Yours does. Yours does. My deck contains spaces. So, I think you're cheating me there. My very first Hearthstone deck that I ever made was called Thumper. Because I didn't understand the concept. I didn't understand it should be called, like... Jade Druid, or like the style of the cards that you're using and the name of the archetype. I didn't like this would therefore be, you know, quick. I don't know what the archetype is, even Quick Diluc or something. No. Anyway, Thumper was the name of my first deck. It always will be. Save that. I'm ready to go thumping. And it's the cat that I'm going to thump. Here for the Ascension Challenge. And my active deck is going to be Thumper. Thanks. Let's go. Oh, look at your lineup. Should have looked at your lineup. You've got a reserve lineup. Why can't I have a reserve lineup? And your Cryo and your... Cryo and... Electro. Cryo and Electro. And a bit of Hydro thrown in. I just, like... I've chosen this deck now. I'm not changing it for anyone. Whatever you are. Right, let's have a look at what we've got then. What I'm looking for really is my cheap cards and my draw cards, or the actual cards I really want in my opening hand, which would be things that give me power over the course of the game, like that. And probably keep the crown. Not so big on the healing. This, about gaining forging billets and playing weapons, that's good, but I need a weapon to play. So I've got 2 cards that I'm swapping out. I'm hoping they're going to be weapons. The next time I perform Switch, it's a fast action. I'm going to swap that out as well, and I'm going to look for draw or a weapon. And if I get draw or a weapon, if I get the weapon, that's good. If I don't, I can draw for the weapon. And if I draw these things that are cheap and easy to play, fine, I'll play them. The food was rubbish, but I got the parametric transformer. I forgot about that until that came out. Oh, God.
Let's go.
Bite my lip again, stop it. So I've got my Pyro character on. I'm going to want to hit for Pyros. Let's just focus on that. I know that we'll get a rubbish dice roll, and I know that I'm going to use it for spending cards, so it's fine. Pulled the headphone out by mistake. I mean, we're going to kill these one by one with our strong characters, and then it won't really matter. Later on, the bigger challenge will come after this first 3, and I'm supposed to be all damaged and worried, but I won't be. I'll just have 2 strong characters to finish it off. So initially, what am I doing? Food is not useful now, is it? Not useful. Do I want to get him out, or do I want parametric transformer, please? Let's see this in action. So we're going to get extra dice later on. I could put that on. We're not using the electro quite yet, but I could put that on. It seems like a mistake though, as I'm about to hit. I didn't draw the weapon, so there's no point in using the weapon card yet. I think I want to attack. And I'll probably spend 1 food to change into another. Oh, they're gone with Samaturl. Hit me for 1. A summon, 2 uses, deals 1. Hit me for 3, essentially. Unless I can do something about the summons. So it's not a problem to me. That's free to play. Heals me. This costs and it heals me. So I'm going to swap that one out and tune it. And hit for 3. It's a shame. I could have hit for 4 if I'd got the weapon on board, but I hit for 3. Bear in mind we're charging up the transformer. And now it's giving me some more dice. So that's how the transformer's working for me. I can see that now in effect. That's good. They've ended their round, but I can continue. And this is the whole point of the deck with the transformer. More mana, quicker. More stuff that I can play quicker. I haven't really got the draw on. Didn't get the weapon. Now, if you can get the weapon card out, and it pays for your weapon, and you draw cards, and you play this, and you... See how I'm like piling it on early? It's about early advantage, this deck. So, I mean, I'm thinking because we're in the early stages of this, me learning about it, that's probably... I don't really know what I want to do in the late stages yet, so at least I've got that. Should be able to steamroll my opponents early, and if they don't have anything to answer it with, they're in trouble, sort of thing. My options now, with 3 cards in hand and 3 different coloured dice, I think the best thing for me to do is to trade so that I can attack. So I will start with the weakest card. It's a shame that I'm going to be spending 2 cards that I want to keep and use, so hopefully this will allow me to attack. Yes, it will, and that's the end of the Samaturl. Okay, we're in. I'm going to take more Hydro damage. I don't care. It's next turn. They've got to get their next card out. They're in trouble. I definitely tip the balance in my favour. Diluc's fully charged, so if we can hit some Pyros on this round... What I'm now looking for is Pyro dice. But I'm now learning about how to use my cards a lot more in the game and make them more effective. We've been gifted a parametric transformer and a draw, which is perfect. But the dice roll is rubbish. Tempted to try and maybe switch to our new Electro character and have a look at that. I've got the Electro crown in my hand, so I will do that. There's every chance with the extra draw that we'll draw into the cards that will make that useful as well, so let's have a look. And they switched as well, so I'm not necessarily going to be using the Electro character on this next. The character cannot use this skill now. Why not? I'm frozen. Character cannot use skills. Well, that's fucked, isn't it? That means she's just useless. Wow. Okay. It's not happened to me before. I'm surprised you don't get a free switch out of that, but you don't get a free switch. So I am going to change characters. As I'm going up against Cryo and Electro, and I know that this character will hit it in one shot, I'm going to just do the sensible thing. I kind of want to play with these things. Oh. Okay. Now I want to switch to Electro again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to play the card. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw a weapon, look. See? What does Paimon do again? She gives me extra dice next turn. I'm going to play Wagner. I'm going to play my weapon for free. Does that go there, does it? Yeah, fine. I'm playing it for free anyway, because it charges up over time. And now I'm going to switch to... I know this sounds madness, but I'm going to switch to official and await my next turn with glee. It's a shame to not do any attacking, but...
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
It's not my turn. It's the end of their round. I knew they wouldn't... You know, they never get to attack, do they? End round. Because that seemed like I did a bad turn there, and I did, but I'm going to get double bubble next turn, so hopefully it'll work out for us. Thinking about the flexibility of these dice, it means you have to change characters and stuff. I'm going to go for official round this round, so let's see the purples. Nice, nice. That's what I wanted. There we go. This should be a good one. My turn. Pop on the crown. And let's get busy with the fizzy. This next time you perform a switch character, I spend one less dice. That's for free anyway, so I play that. And then let's just see what we can do attack-wise with official this turn then. We want to be charging up the parametric transformer.
No rest for the wicked.
I shattered its shield, but it's switched. But again, I can have another... What do you mean? I can have another go, can't I? Yeah, I can have another bash. I already have summons on the field. Creating more will refresh their usages. Oz. Deal one... Okay, oh, I see. I summoned Oz by doing my move. Right. So I can do a different move if I want. But why would I want to? I'm going to do Oz again. Yeah.
Oz, reveal thyself!
And that should then... Cat's impressed. Shouldn't that charge up my parametric transformer? Yeah. So not as strong a fight around as I thought I'd get this round. I thought I might hit the transformer and get another attack phase in. But I can do what I want. If I want to change or spend a card, I can. I don't want to change or spend a card. I'm happy with the way things are outlined here. I think we do the same thing next turn. And Hulk smash, essentially. This is interesting because it's giving me that free weapon. That was good. It's every chance it could give me a second free weapon now in the game. But at that point it becomes kind of useless. Whereas something like this never stops being useful. Okay, end turn. They're going to get hit by that. Yeah. So we've won again, haven't we? Like, there's no way my opponent can withstand 3 of my players. If Fischl goes down, we've got 2 good ones in lined up. But I might just stay on Fischl. I'll save Pyro die just in case. Fischl or... I suppose having 2 die in play there gives me 2 chances at hitting something. So yeah, that's fine what I've got there. That's fine. We'll see this out now. My turn. Yeah, let's just do this again. Yeah, -1, -2, -2. My opponent's turn. I'm going to switch characters, which is going to be considered a fast action. Thank you very much. I'm going to place a sword for free on Kaya. This is where this starts to come together there. Like, okay, I'm not using Kaya this one, but I got a free sword on him. You know, it could have been that the free sword went on Dillick and helped right now, but it makes sense, doesn't it? I can play this if I want. Comes with 2 transmutation. Playing an artifact, transmutation equal the cost of the artifact for free. So it's similar with the crown. I could have played that to... Similar to what I did with the sword. I could have played that to help get the crown out. Like, it helps get these things out for cheap. Like, let's say on turn 1 you put the crown on, and then on turn 2 you're ready to use your crown with your big attack. If I play this chaffer on turn 1 and get the crown, it's the same. On turn 2 I'm attacking with the crown. It's just I get it for free on turn 2 instead of playing it on turn 1. I've played that chaffer instead. So that's the same. But later on, I've got a second free crown. a second free artifact when he builds up. So they're very useful. I can see how the blacksmith and that is Timmy. The blacksmith and Timmy are the equivalent of playing the weapon on the turn, but instead you're getting a free weapon later. So definitely always do that. Definitely always do that, yeah. What am I doing here? -4, that's a shame, but Oz will do -1 damage as well, so that's the end of it.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Like, if I end turn, Oz will kill it, yeah? Go, Oz. Well done. Cool. Now all I need is to build into my deck like a really strong win condition that I'm moving towards, because at the moment I'm able to make my characters strong and create, like, when you're talking about like balance, some moments, I'm trying to like apply what I know from Hearthstone to this. Some moments in Hearthstone, they call it a swing turn, where you might think that you're winning, but your opponent does something that destroys all of your things and sets up some really strong things themselves, and you're like, oh shit, well I was building towards this, now everything's ruined and I can't play my cards to help me win because I need to sort of swing back, I need to control the game again. And if you're building towards something and your opponent does a swing turn, it can be very, very effective. What I've built into my deck there is the ability to start reasonably fast, get those things out, or start a little slower, or the same actually with Timmy and I feel like the dice thing as well, it's not such a negative spending 2 dice for the parametric transformer. And then later on I've got more, I can play more cards in a turn, they're all cheaper, I can do more stuff and do more damage, so I can create that swing in the game now. What would be nice is when I'm hitting that, I've got something really cool to spend those extra dice on. That would be nice. So let's see what we get in the future. Of course, that's just the start of it, isn't it? There's going to be so much more complexity with all the different styles of combos of. I'm actually really interested now to see like all the different combos of. I suppose you've got a 3-person team, not a 4-person team, but of elements. So they've taken away the healer, haven't they? It'd be bad to have a healer, because then you'd... Oh no, it wouldn't actually, would it? In Hearthstone you heal all the time. Anyway, look. You can also challenge the game set up by the other games. Yeah, I get it. The other guys, what? They're just like me. There are cats in this tavern. I can fight the cats. Trading cat game. It's a trading cat game. Talking of that, I'm going to turn off the chat while it's not scrolling. Quiet today. It was busy yesterday. That's fine. It's fine. It's quiet today. It's Sunday. I'm having my little card game. I don't know what I achieved there either. What did I just achieve? Maybe I should do this. What is it? Purchase a match invitation. I should do that. It's telling me to. Guest challenge. They're all done. I'm not going to mess about. Yeah, I should do that. I should purchase an invitation. And I want my Wet Boy. Out of all the characters I want, if I wanted to say, what should we start building around? Wet Boy. And I discard Kaya, don't I, really, in my brain. I don't like him. So Wet Boy would be cool. And who would I build him with? Probably be nice to have Ganyu, because we can't have her in the actual game. We could have her in the card game. She's Cryo, I think, isn't she? Or is she Wet? She's Cryo, so she could be my Cryo. Like, there will be, and this is the thing, there will be a meta. Someone will discover that, like, Xiangling, her cards with, I don't know, like Sucrose, and they're the best ones together. And if you're not doing that, you're going to get beat. But I don't really mind. I quite like to just have some fun as well. So I'm going to go with Wet Boy. He's been the biggest character in my game, my playthrough. I got him early. He's a big DPS character. He's always been in my squad. Main character for me. I consider him a 5-star. Let's invite him. He'll enjoy a game of cards. He'll think he'll be very, what's the word?
Very well. I was just reading about this game. It seems straightforward enough.
I was going to say, he'll be very, I know what he's like. Like, he's quite sensitive. And Out of all the characters that we've met and known, and all those interesting people on that list, for him to think that we chose him first, he'll be touched by that. And some of them are quite big cheeses, you know, Ning Wang, Li Wei cheesing and all that, and, you know, they're not going to mind, they're not going to feel sentimental about it, but he's going to think, oh, you know, you thought of me first, oh, I know I do like cards. Yeah. Right. Let's play Genius Invocation TCG. Adjust the deck first, or I've got other things to do. I've just messed with my deck, haven't I? So let's play. I think these characters are okay against whatever he's going to bring. I don't know what he's going to bring and what's going to happen. Let's play. I've got that in my hand straight off. That's good. Don't want those. Don't want the hat yet, because I want the thing that allows you to play it for free. Always love Paimon. We always say, I love seeing Paimon. That's a good thing. Create an Omni element ×2. We like that. Should I keep the hat? I haven't got the support for it, so I'm going to switch. I got the support for the weapon. So I got the weapon, but not the support for the weapon. We're going against Wet Boy, who does rain. And, oh, he looks so cool in gold, like, all moving about. I wonder how it's going to work, because if it's only in-game currency that gets you these cards, I wonder how hard I'm going to have to grind to get the golds. I'm well down for it, I'm well up for it, but I wonder where it's going to... Like, they need to make it more clear to me about whether you're going to need to be frugal with your... Because I'm used to being frugal with my primos. They need to make that more clear to me. Anyway, they got Wet, Ice, Melt. I got Ice, Fire, Electro.
This will be interesting.
It's even. It's more even. They're 10-10-10. You know, this is a proper duel, as opposed to just knocking the shit out of these weaklings. It makes me wonder whether I should switch character, because I'm getting good dice for a different character here. And it would be an equally powerful character in a way. You know, I could switch to Fischl, start doing some damage with Fischl. I'm planning to spend 2 on the Parametric Transformer. I could use Paimon if it goes wrong. That's Killer Summons. I've got a feeling I might end up using that in this game. Looking at my enemies. Maybe she's going to summon the little... Boba, get them! You know. So, will I be bashing with Kaya here with that dice roll? Or should I just, like, lean into the fact that I've got two Electros and decide to switch early and start banging? I'll play the Parametric Transformer, I'll switch, and I'll get Oz out. That's what I'll do. It's a bad move because you're losing tempo. Tempo is... No, it means speed, doesn't it? You know, tempo. Up the tempo. So tempo is about... I could be doing attacking, but instead I'm changing character. So that's slow tempo, isn't it? It's low. Like, if you get a card that says automatically switch, that's quick tempo because you've sped up the switch. You don't... Like, there's cards that do that. They're tempo cards. It's part of the deck, the way I was describing it, to be able to filter through those thinners. So it would be a bad move to switch early like that. But if I've got to switch, I might as well do it early. I don't really know what the correct answer is here. It's just because of the dice roll, it's really thrown me. I want to experiment with different playstyles as well and see what works. So I'm going to do the switch, because normally I wouldn't. Normally I'd roll those in and say, give me cryo ones, what I want. But I'm going to lean into the dice this time. And the gods of the dice were good to me because they gave me another one. So I should, in theory, I don't know how exactly it's going to work, but I should, in theory...
In the name of the Prinzessin!
What's that? That's their summons. After playing food, create a dice. They're not going to be healing on me, are they? What's that? They've got the... Draw food. See, they synergise, don't they? It's lucky to get both of those in your hand, isn't it, you fucker? I'm going to be playing this. I think I'm going to play this. And then my dice roll turned to nothing, it didn't matter. But I think I am. You know, I think... What do you mean no valid targets? What are these? Oh, these are support cards, not summons. Got it. These are summons. They go over there and they kill you. So I'm going to play that to kill with 1 attack, and it leaves me 2 in my hand. So I suppose I simply play the sword and attack. So really the dice didn't matter. It was the super dice that I used in the end for attacking. The other dice I used for spending the cards. Got to remember that. Early doors dice don't really matter. It's only the super dice you end up spending, unless you don't get any super dice. But yeah, so I've got a hit in. I've got Oz out. We're away at the races. Next turn, we're looking for... They're going to start drawing food, and when they use it, they're going to get increased tempo on the dice. So they're going to heal up and be able to attack me. So I need to watch out for that. There's nothing else I can do really to affect the game. So I might as well just pass it over, yeah, but... What I'm looking for next turn now is more electro damage. Actually, I should maybe not have done that because I'm going through my characters in the wrong order. You know, maybe now I should be switching to get the benefit of the... What do you call it? The... Overload. Overload, blowing circuits like Johnny 5. I'm free and working and living. Just doing my best, but I can't get a break like flexibility. I say a lot as well. They're playing all sorts of cards there. I don't really get to see... Like, it all happened quite quick. I'm not really aware of what benefiting... You know, what's happened there. I saw the cards come out, but they didn't say, this is what's happening. They just happened. Is there a list somewhere that tells me what happened? No. So, I know they've got... Oh, look, there we go, look. Lotus Flower Crispin effect. The target character takes -3 damage the next time. What? They can't eat any more food, so that's good. After they use an elemental, they heal themselves for 2. It's going to be really hard to kill him. It's going to be a real grind. And I can't choose to attack the other chuffers. I have to kill this chuffer. So I need to start grinding. I'm going to switch... You know, this is my strategy here now, is I'm going to switch. Again. Paimon's waving at me. I'm thinking of spending a Paimon. You have to use 3 the same. And you get 3... Any... No. Not that, no. I'm going to switch. And I'm going to spend some cards.
Let's finish this, swiftly.
Attacking. Oh, that was a mistake. They switched to ice. Fire and ice. Okay, I'm going to spend some time attacking now then. Can any of this increase my attack? No. Let's attack. And Oz will go for the overload at the end as well. They're going to be doing food. Yeah. I'm switching out. No problem. I'm going to attack again. I could switch and attack fire and ice, but I'm going to stay as fire. And I'm going to use things that... I think she's going to get Boba out. So I think I'm going to want to destroy it. I can't... No, not end round. Can I end turn? Or do I have to, like, I don't know. Do I have to do something to end the turn? Because I'd rather see her pop her thing out and react to it. Because if I attack, I'm going to have mana problems to use my send-off. And it'll be a shame, because, like, I want to use the send-off if she pops that thing out. And I just know she's going to pop... Oh, no, wait, they might not have the crystals. Maybe they don't have the crystals. I don't know that. I've got 2 cryo, you see. It might be sensible to do 1 switch, 1 card, 1 cryo attack. I can do that. That's quite achievable. 1 switch, 1 card, 1 cryo attack. The switch will turn the turn, so if she does pop the thing out, then I can react to it. So that's what I'm going to do. Seems a bit nuts that I'm switching so much without
will be interesting.
Without any extra cards to help the tempo, but let's see what she does. No, she didn't do the popping the thing out. So now I've got 3 crystals, and I can do that as long as I switch one of them out. So which one should I do? Probably shifting energy. Elemental tuning. Keeping the food just in case at the moment, because Fischl's looking a bit damaged. But that should be a nice attack there. And at the end of this, Oz is going to do electro damage on top for 1 damage, aren't they? So I've spent all my... I've got extra crystals now because the parametric transformer went off. So that's good, I think. I think that's what happened. Where's my parametric transformer, though? Does it only happen once? Do I have to spend it again? I thought it stayed on the board. I might be tripping. But that's a real advantage, so I should really spend it. And I'm going to spend it on Paimon, am I? But I can't because they're all the same. I could spend 2 cards and make them 2 different. Spend it on Paimon. Or I could spend 1 card and do another attack. Let's see what that looks like first. -2, it's decent. And the other payoff would be spend another 2 cards and use Paimon, guaranteeing us 2 more Omni elements next turn. And it's 2 uses. So I clear my hand, but I get 4 crystals over 2 turns. Useful. Drawing more cards, might get to use them. But I'm throwing in the bin this, and if they do that thing next to Bubba, get them, and I haven't got that, I'm going to be annoyed. And that's the card that I need in front of the weapon, but it's not the weapon, so at least I haven't discarded the weapon. Ooh, it's tough decisions, isn't it? And it's simpler to simply attack, but then you're not using Paimon. So what good is Paimon? So I'm going to trade for Paimon. And I have to make one more decision at this juncture, which is, do I attack again for 3, which is quite powerful, or do I use Paimon, money in the bank for next turn? It's quite the decision, isn't it? Let's see how it goes. We're in a strong position anyway, so, you know, I think that's good because it'll empower us for the next coming turns. I'm a bit worried she's going to go, Bubba, get them! And then I'm going to be annoyed. This is the one problem with having a deck. I'll show you in a second. One of the problems with having... I'm on Kaya, aren't I? Yeah. I'm on Kaya. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There you go. I'm going to smash their heads off. And I get extra Paimon dice. This should be a good round. It's just attack, attack, attack all the way. Hopefully at this juncture I'm ready to do a lot of attacking because I've got the mana in my pocket now. The shame is, of course, if you're using easy to thin and spend cards, you might draw some weak cards when you've emptied your hand. So that's a bit of an issue sometimes. The next time you perform switch, it's a fast action. I'll spend it because it's free. And the food I'll just hold on to for a second. But I want to attack this chuffer. And I want to do him with her, and it's considered a free, but I've got loads of cryo. What does cryo do to this chuffer? -5? I mean, that's loads, isn't it? Because he's on fire, it's doing -5. Let's do that.
Dodge this!
That really causes problems in their wheelhouse.
Forth, my blade!
Don't mind. You know, if I get to attack you, you're dead. So I'm not going to go overboard. I'm just going to do the simplest thing. Yeah, I'm going to do the simplest thing. And then I've got 4 of these crystals.
Of evil.
Didn't see that coming.
You're coming on my team, mate. I've got 4 of these crystals. Oh, it's their turn. Okay, they're drawing cards. I need to keep up with this, what they're doing. Playing food, of course. They're healing the main character, Xingqi. That's fine. He's already electro damaged, so it was a mistake for him to switch in because I'm going to do this. I've got 4 crystals and 4. You know, it's big damage. Well, it should have been big damage. It's only doing -2. I'm a bit surprised by that. What would this do? -4. Surely that's better. Why is this better? After you switch characters, deal 2 cryo damage. Uses is 3. So over 3 switches, I deal 2 cryo damage, 2, 4, 6. Or I increase, and that's 3 on the board, plus 6, 7, 8. So that's 9. Or I've got 5 immediate effect. If you were going to finish someone, you'd go for the 5 immediate effect. 4 on board, 1 over there. If you were going to finish someone, you'd go for that. What have I pressed now? No. Oh. I'm an idiot. I was about to say, but if you wanted to do the thing over time, which I do, you will go for the... And I pressed the wrong button. So that's just me being an idiot, but... And now I'm going to switch and it's not going to make a shit of difference. It's a shame. But it is what it is. Could have done damage with the switch. Come on, why isn't it doing it? Switch character.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
And then I'm just going to end round. I've fucked it up by pressing the wrong button. Quite annoying. But not really annoying, it's just to get on the cards. My opponent starts first. It doesn't matter now really as well, because I am going to end them fairly swiftly. Even though they're trying to cheat me. Don't really mind that we're going to get hurt either. It's not really about that at this stage. Play that. Thanks very much.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Insufficient elemental dice. I need 3, and I've only got exactly the right amount.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Thanks very much, and Oz will finish this one.
Hey, that's a little too far.
Doesn't matter what you think, Oz is going to finish you at the end of this round. So we had to go a different way around, but we got there.
I am
outplayed. 3 objectives achieved. Good, I didn't remember what to check what the objectives were, so I'm glad I achieved them. And that means I get Jinqui. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. That's fucking cool. Like, you play him, you beat him, you get him. That's exactly what I want in the game. That's exactly what I want in the game. That's fantastic. Like, if they should take that note of that more in the actual game, like, you know, free characters for achieving things in game that characters are attached to. Or free weapons for achieving things in game that weapons are attached to. I don't know why the big bosses don't have weapon drops associated. You get billets and you get things and you get materials, but why not a special weapon that could drop, or you definitely get after you've killed it a certain number of times or something? You know, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? But this in itself is quite nice. I've got a new card, so now I'm going to start building my decks around Jinqui a bit more. And so the first thing to do there, if you want to use those event cards where you have to use 2 of the same fucking thing.
Huh? But I went by the book.
Oh, hang on, he's doing a bit of a talking. That was nice. Rematch. Is he going to live in here forever now and I can rematch him whenever I want?
Very
No,
well.
no. Okay, wait. Adjust the deck. I've got things to do. I hope you stay there though and don't ever go anywhere. Although I'm about to see if someone else wants to join us in the room. First of all, I should have cat points, shouldn't I? In progress, purchase a match invitation letter from the card shop. Oh, I see. Right. I used one that I'd paid for already in winnings, just by winning, but you want me to buy one from the shop. Why is... Hang on, what's going on here? Match invitation letter, purchase up to 1. Match invitation letter, purchase up to 1. There's 4. Oh, I see. If once I bought it, does it disappear? Hang on. Yeah. So there's only a certain amount in the shop. Got ya. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to just buy from the shop and just invite. Got it. There's a tavern challenge here now. Is that because I've gone up a level, maybe? The Oceanid's concern. I don't want to talk to the Oceanid. I hate it more than anything in the world. I don't know why they put that one first. They should have put the funky chicken first. The Oceanid can go last. Oh, I'll chuff that bastard. You mirror maid and you chuffer. That'll be fun. Majukenki, that's a good choice. Good choice. Yeah, they look good. They're not the Oceanid. But we will probably have a go at the Oceanid at some point. Loving the concept. Okay, what about player level? What's happened here? Level rewards. What's that? A small table used as an arena. It normally resembles the elevated box a bit. I got a free table. Primos, mate. Okay, and another letter, and then I don't know what I'm allowed to get from the rest of it. Okay. So what I want now... Shut up, cat. It's the noise. The meowing's annoying at me. It's like it's meowing at me. What I want now is I want to complement my wet boy. So I could choose to do fire and ice. Sorry, water and ice, couldn't I? I could choose to do water and electro. I've already got electro character. I've already got a... For me, it's got to be Ganyu, hasn't it? I'm not going to get her in game. She's a cool character. She's the Coco Goat. She comes with cool attacks or something. I don't know. I'm not even reading it. And I get her card if I win. So I'm going to make a Coco Goat Wet Boy team. Let's go. I invite Ganyu to the cat's tail, and it doesn't matter what she's busy doing. She just fucking turns right
I'm
up.
off the clock right now.
Right off the clock from being an adepti with a great big bell around your neck. She just turns the fuck up. There you go. Here she is. Something quite cool about that. Let's play Genius Invocation TCG. Oh, don't mind if I do. Right, what's she got in her team? I should have looked before we played. I wonder if you get coins for beating them. Let's just see what happens and see if we win. That's the thing to do, isn't it? And if it goes wrong, then, you know, we'll have to come back and think about it more. But at the moment, I think we're okay. I've got the draw card that I want. I've got the card that I want there. I think I'm happy with those two, so I'm going to keep those two. If we get the weapon and the combo in hand for next hand, we can use it next turn. We've got... She's going to be doing icy stuff, of course. She's going to be doing icy stuff, and she's going to be doing electro. Now, that's the sort of squad I could do. If I had those cards. I wish I had those cards. Right, who am I going up against and what am I doing? I haven't really got in my head exactly, you know, what my big plan is. I just feel like I want to get this guy dead first, get them all iced up before I start doing these other things. So that's what I'm going to do.
This will be interesting.
And if he dies, I don't care. You know, I just don't mind. It's Kaya. He's going to be... The thing is, Kaya is now playing for his place in the team because I'm going to replace him with Coco Goat as soon as I get her. So he's not even trying to roll the right dice, is he? The chuffer. But it doesn't matter because in his first go, remember, you don't... It doesn't matter what your dice are because you're going to be using them to play your cards. So it doesn't matter that much. So... That's fine. As long as you've got the 3 to do the 1 attack at the end. I've got the crown, but I don't have the thing that makes it cheap, do I? The next time you perform switch, that's free. I play it. The next time you perform switch, it's a fast action. I might hold on to that because we've got a way of combining that to make more damage, haven't we? I now realise the thing that does damage when you switch, which was that, wasn't it? Yeah, does damage when you switch. We're going to bin it off later if we can get this, which I don't know what that does, but I could now spend a 2, gain 1, and is that 2 the same? Does it have to be? I don't want to spend it, I just want to check. No, that's 2 different ones. Okay, and it's when like that is 2 the same then, yeah? Yeah, that has to be 2 the same, okay. So do I want to give less cryo die? Not really, I'm not worried at the moment, I suppose. Switch being fast, not right now. 1 extra energy could be useful. What would this be? -3 and cryo you up. Can we do any AoE? No, we can't. We'll do what I'm supposed to be doing. Cryo you up. Let's do that.
Dodge this!
Cryoed you up. It's your turn. You're using the crown.
Born of ice and frost.
I could have used the crown. I didn't. I'm going to use that. Now he's ready for a big attack next. Or it doesn't have to be next. He's just charged and ready for it. So that's the end of my turn. I can fast switch for free. Remember, so it doesn't matter what they think I've got out on the table. And I haven't used it yet, so they don't know that I'm going to. Unless they're stream sniping me, which they can't because they're a computer. Which they can because they're a computer. You see? Reroll? I don't mind if I do. Don't fucking mind if I do. Might leave the pyro out just in case. You know, I don't know who I'm going to switch to. Quite probable I want to switch to one of these two and start wading in some Oz damage and stuff. What's she got going on? An Ice Lotus. When she receives damage, it decreases it taken by 1. So she's a bit of a tank, a bit of a shield. In my hand, I've got useless food, which I wish I had cycle cards in there, you know, instead of the useless food. But I've got switch, costs 1 less dice. That can be useful. We're going to be switching later on. I suppose we might be trying to take advantage of this because it's charged up, actually. So if I can get that going and I can start switching, I can start laying in some damage. So I'm going to use that and the switcheroo. So actually some cryo dice wouldn't even go amiss. We got what we got. So we're not doing that this turn then. Unless I spend loads of cards doing it. It's not the idea. I've got quite a rubbishy hand there of dice. Quite rubbishy dice. Maybe it's better to save the damage until we start smashing away at the shield, isn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play that. Play that. Do this even though it's
In the name of the Princessin.
not with the big damage of the extra switch again. But now I'm going to be able to get Oz out.
No rest for the wicked.
It doesn't do any damage, but it takes 1 shield, which is fine. It was 1 hit, 1 shield. And again, Oz is going to do
Answer.
1 hit, 1 shield on her maybe late. Or what am I doing next? Are they going to switch? She's not going to switch, is she? So I've knocked off the shield now. They're playing a weapon. They declare the end of round, and it's my turn. I can switch for free here, look.
Let's finish this swiftly.
And I can spend the food. The food's not that useless then, early game, because I can switch it for tuning. And I'd rather switch that for tuning than something useful, so that seems fair. And I can wade in with my big elemental attack here now. And what that means is that next turn, my opponent is in trouble, and I've got some charged attacks going on. I think we're in a strong place. And we've got the parametric transformers gone off. I've got the Dawn Winery in operation. Hopefully I'm looking for some more support cards, maybe. I think now we're just strong. I hope that we're just strong enough to withstand and win. I was doing what we call chip damage. It would chip away at the block every turn. I'm going to need to switch.
Speed of light.
What have we got here? For free, we play it. This allows us to get the weapon out. We haven't got the weapon. Oh, no, it's artifacts. Good, and we've got the artifact in hand, so we will play this. We'll play the artifact. And we'll switch for free.
Ready when you are.
My opponent will take their turn. Don't want to do anything. No. We can do some nice damage now then, can't we? Now we've set that up. Every time we switch, we do damage. We're going to need to switch
In the name of the Princessin.
if we want to attack. But we can't attack because I haven't got enough crystals, yeah? So I can't attack because I haven't got any crystals, but I can just switch, can't I? And then that will count as an attack, watch. I hope it keeps going, if I'm right.
Let's go.
Yeah. And then I can do it one more time if I want. Leave myself on my most tanky character. Or the one with the most health.
This will be interesting.
And that was good. That's really set them. My opponent there switched up to a character with a lot of health, but instead is now left in a precarious position. And I've got things on board that are supporting me. Not giving me major support, but I might be able to get some Omni elements out of those pigeons. We're in a stronger position. They've got the Jade Chamber. In roll phase 2, the 2 of the roll are guaranteed to match the type of your active character. So they cheat the dice. So we might be getting hit with some stuff next turn, but I'm pretty sure we've got enough in our... You know, we've set this game on tilt now, and we've unbalanced it to the point, I believe, where we can't really lose. But we'll see, because I'm not an expert at this particular game, but I think we can't lose. I think we can brute force it. But she's dead as well from the chip damage, so...
I must not have been thinking clearly.
It might be nice, I'm looking at my deck now, and again I'm in a position where I'm drawing duds late on in the game. It might be nice to throw a couple of stronger cards in that deck that I can draw into. What am I doing? I'm fighting Ganyu. She's icy iced up. She's icy iced up. Really, I want this chap to be smashing them down with fire, don't I? And I'm set to Kaya. Or it could be I could do electro damage, get Oz out again, isn't it? Get Oz out again. So I'm going to do a switch. I'm going to take the tempo damage on switch into official, and so I'm looking for electros, please, boss. It's quite interesting the way I strategized. I was thinking about this being a strategy game and talking about it the other day, wasn't I? But I strategized before I roll the dice, and then I roll the dice and see if I can actually do what I wanted to do.
Luck.
That was quite good, whatever they did. That swung it back in their favour. I didn't know that was going to happen. He's got the crown on, so he can do things for cheaps. But I want to switch. That's for cheaps as well. It's free.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
My opponent's turn. I might take some damage now. No, that's the end of their turn. Right, okay. Leaving me to get Oz out. Wait, what have I got here? Next time you switch, it's a fast action. I should have done that. Instead of worrying about whether they could attack me, but they didn't attack me, so it doesn't matter. Get Oz out.
I summon thee!
And that means that if I can set either of them to 1, they're dead. What's this do? That actually just kills them both. If I've just got... Yeah, so all I do is... this. Honestly, I didn't play for this, but it turns out this is the winning move.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
My contract goes unfulfilled.
Good. Ganyu unfriendly. Achieved. Card. Win. Equipment card. Talent. Oh, I didn't realise that was a card as well. I thought it was like a card back. Combat action. When your active character is Ganyu, equip this card. After Ganyu equips this card, immediately use Frostflake Arrow once. When you're... I think that's what they did to me. Deals 3 piercing damage. Yeah, it was that was the big thing, wasn't it? So I guess you get a cool character and you get a card that goes with them that does a special move. I think that's what... You get 2 of them. Okay. And that's what I was asking for, wasn't it? Do you remember I was saying that I want to rifle through my deck? Hang on, Daniel. Every time I drew 2 dud cards towards the end, you know, a bit of food or a thing, I didn't want to draw them. I wanted to draw Ganyu's special move. And if I had Ganyu on the field, oh yes, I've drawn the good card at the end, the finishing move. That's right. That's good design. So I think we're going to be all right with my new team. Playing cards, chilling, earning primos. What's next? Collect 70 cards. So they do want me to just buy loads of cards. Obtain 6 character cards, 6 of 10. That's not as easy as it looks then, is it? Because where am I going to get the letters from and all sorts? Obtain 40 open world player channel. 40? Where are the rest of them? Obtain... I bet they're all out in the world. I hope they're all out in the world. Obtain 10,000 lucky coins. So I'm going to get 10,000 lucky coins. So I can assume that. I might have nearly obtained them already. 3 guests. Okay, so now I need to earn up the coins. I need to do more stuff out in the world and get some more cards. Okay. Let's build my new deck, which is going to be Wet Boy, Ganyu. Where's Wet Boy going? Wet Boy. And who will we complement it with? I quite like Oz and the chip damage. And Frozen Wet Electro works, doesn't it? I think it works, doesn't it? What's good with Frozen? Melt, isn't it? Frozen's and Melt. Am I looking for another character to complement this team even better? Am I disregarding Kaya when he's actually quite useful? Is Fischl a bad choice? But we're putting those in. They're brilliant. That's Wet Boy's card. I'm sure it's good. After he equips it, use Fatal Rain Screen. When Jinqi has this card equipped, creates a rain sword. And it's good. And now the same principle applies, doesn't it? But now we've got some better cards to start off the deck. So the same principle applies as what we were doing before. We like seeing Paimon. We like that for the weapon thing. That for the thing. You for the thing. You for the thing. You for the thing. And then we like seeing Paimon. When you switch characters. The draw cards, of course. The deck will fill up quite easily and quickly now, I think. Am I getting confused and missing something? These are useful. I'm thinking about the weapons now, and we tend to put the cards in that mean we can play the weapons for free. Do I want 2 of those? That's a question, isn't it? Can I put 2 of those? $28 of 30. Hang on. I only have 1, don't I? Added 1 of 1. See, if I put it in, it's doled out. Does that mean I don't have it? Contains unplayable cards. Yeah, okay, good. So my deck currently contains unplayable. I haven't got that extra Paimon. I haven't got that extra one of them. I haven't got an extra Timmy. I got you. Okie doke. So now what I want is a weapon for Fischl, maybe. And a weapon for Wet Boy. I don't have 2 swords. So now I'm to the shop to buy a nice sword for Wet Boy. Yeah? The artifacts. A Wet Boy artifact. I'm to the shop now, aren't I? I think 24 of 30. Didn't get much use out of that. Shift the weapon. See, now I can use that because I've got the same weapon can be moved across characters, can't it? I might try that in the deck. No, wait, what am I doing? I've got 2 bows, 1 sword. Yeah, same principle. I might try that in the deck. I've got 2 bows and 1 sword in my arsenal now, haven't I? So that comes out the deck, because that's a great sword. 24 of 30 I'm on. I put the food and stuff in, ended up using to trade it, really, every time. But that's okay, because you do want to trade some things. So maybe it's okay to have some dud cards to trade. That could be useful, maybe. Contains unplayable cards because I've got only 1 copy. I'm looking for 5 more cards. And my principle before was get the parametric transformer out, get the weapon card out, get the cheat card out to get these things on early, and then maybe use a second one later in the game for free. The parametric transformer, I think it only happens once. Discard this card, yeah. So it's not as good as I thought it was, but I pay 2 random ones and I get 3 back later. So it's an extra... It's like investment later in the game. It's not as good as I thought it was, but it's there. Paimon, Omni Elements, conversion, that's fine. I'm looking for 5 more cards then that kind of complement Ganyu and Wet Boy. Let's see what the cat's got. Because I guess you're going to have to spend these coins on stuff. Yeah, am I looking at a good weapon here for Wet Boy? Quite like the concept. It's a healing weapon, so it makes you more tanky because you're healing up as they're hitting you. Create a die of the same type as this character once per round. After you use a skill, you get an extra dice. And that's really powerful. And it's not as expensive as that, so they must value this power much more because they put it on a legendary card. I'm only going to get 1. Thanks. And for Wet Boy, I'm looking for maybe a... Heart of the Depth. Haven't I already got one of those, I think? That seems to be the best artifact for him, doesn't it? The Heart of the Depth. So let's see if I've got a Heart of the Depth already. I didn't get 2 characters the same yet, but if we fight another character, we could get another character the same. We could start using some of these. If you've got 2 Hydros in your deck, you know, it could be a Hydro deck. So we need to look at that next. So I don't want to, again, I don't want to spend all my stuff too much too soon. Because I want to buy some stuff from here, definitely. Knowing a little bit about support cards now again. Is there anything here I'd like to look at more? I didn't look at these really. Heal the most injured character. We know that it's elemental dice for switching. Okay, so the Dawn Winery is actually useful for the Kaya thing. When taking Kaya out of the list, maybe I should put him back in the list and we should be Cryo, Hydro. Because spending less dice for switching and doing the switching, we're already set up for that. That's worth thinking about. And again, one of these archetypes is going to be the one that's better, but select any elemental dice to reroll, gain another chance to reroll. Well, yeah. Simple as, that's good. Goes with anything. Okay. I've got 3 new cards now. Now, this one's a reward that you get in the open world. Wait, did I just buy something that was a reward? I just bought something that was a reward. Shit. I did, didn't I? It's gone off the list now. Fuck. I don't want to buy things that are rewards. I want to win them in the game. I bought the parametric transformer. Sold out, it just says. I can't tell now if it's a reward. Purchased at the card shop. This, okay, so the one I bought before, I think that was just purchased at the card shop, but the other one was a reward. I don't want to buy rewards. I want to only buy these things. So when played, draw food. If you play a food, draw food from your deck. We'll get one of them. We'll get them. It's a cycling. It's a it's a cycling through the deck thing as well. So I'm prepared to get one of them for now, and that'll do for now. And let's pop those in the deck. feeling a bit worried that I'm spending my things on stuff that aren't the right things. I tend to do this in Hearthstone as well. After I've been playing for ages, I lose my perception of what's good and not, and you know, I just end up doing silly things. But for that, we need to put in some food, don't we? And we need to make sure. I see now I made a bit of mistake buying, maybe because I don't like the food as much as I like the. We're not doing the switching so much. We're going to put those in, and the heal your character isn't one that we really use. So maybe we put in the 0 cost food. I don't even like that. I don't know why I bought it. You see, again, making mistakes because I need to put in my sword, and I didn't get. But I've got. Okay, I've got a wine stained tricorn, but I don't have a cool coronet thing. Okay, but that's going in, isn't it? No, too many stuffs. See, I'm bad. Everyone, the thing about this deck actually is everyone's got a hat and everyone's got a weapon. So I need to take that weapon out and one bow and arrow down, but we can shift it along. And I've got 2 food in the deck. If you put any more food in the deck, like 3, 4, 5, then you can start using that ration pack thing. But other than that, I think it's a bit excessive. So I might pop the winery in anyway, because switching's good and it's cheaper. But I'm not getting those shots off when it happens, but maybe healing's the way to go, because we've already got a bit of healing. I don't know. I'm just going to save that and we're going to get on with playing some more cards. I need to give it a name. Coco. Can't contain spaces. So, I'm trying. Cocoa water. Could have called it cocoa wet, but I'm not. Right. What's this stuff? A blank card with a painted back. It said if you put your name of your desired dynamic card on this blank card, you can get the very skin from the association located at the tavern. I can get a free card. Dynamic. That's cool. I'm not going to use it yet because I don't know what I want. But that's cool. Thanks. What I want to do now is play more cards, yeah? But I want to play them with people out in the world, apparently. So I'm just going to go out. I need to get a drink. Let's just check the map and see if this works. What's on the map? You know, have I exhausted Mondstadt? Should I be going elsewhere? I want to see if Chang the 9th is up to it. Or maybe they'll put them in, like, leeway. Oh, look, here we are there. Yeah, look. Busted. Dog. You're a good boy for your daddy. Oosh. Two hours of playing cards, that's all good. Told you I didn't like it, didn't I? Told you I wouldn't like it. Genshin Impact has become Hearthstone for me now. So I've got Tong Tian, the storyteller. Why not? I'll just start with you. Fuck it.
Listen.
Iron Tongue. I could do an adventure challenge and a duel. I think we'll do the adventure challenge first. Win within 5 rounds and use an elemental burst. Oh, I'm using the wrong deck. Not our new deck. The deck that we had before. That's a shame. But we'll use it anyway. We'll just see what happens. Might as well keep those in hand. That can go. We can keep that. No, they can go. This might be a little bit tough because we're in a new area and I didn't improve the deck necessarily. They're 2 10s. I've got 3 10s. I've won. So that's all there is to it, frankly. That's all there is to it.
Ready when you are.
I've even got the support. I think the support should go on their side. Doesn't want to let me have the cryo dice, does it? Now you've got mega skills. Skills pay the bills. He's gonna... One of your characters without maximum energy gains energy. Actually, it's gonna help me for some reason. Doesn't seem fair. This guy's got 2 shields. The character to which this is attacked takes -1 damage and deals deals +1 damage. So I need to get rid of that. I need to hit him twice. That's the bottom line. I'd like to play all these cards early doors, but I've got to hit him twice. That's got to actually happen. So let's do simple hits that only hit for 1. Simple hits that we can use whatever dice. There's one of your stealths gone. You're not hitting me. Oh, you're going to hit me once.
So soon.
Ow. Okay, so that's that done. Right, we've got that out of the way. Next. Let's play Parametric Transformer. I've got a real difficult question now. Do I spend this? Yeah, I can spend that one because I don't really fancy that card. Like, choose 1 summon on your side and grant it +1 usage. Until I get Oz out, it's not useful. But Timmy, on the other hand, I feel is useful over time, and I don't really want to spend the hat, do I? I've got a choice. I can spend the Quick Knit or the hat. As you get better cards, trading them in for crystals becomes less of a... Becomes more of a, do I want to? You see what I'm saying? But if you do want to, because you want to do like attacks. That's the main thing, isn't it? So, when it gets 3 pigeons, you discard it and you get an extra Omni Element die. Yeah. So that's any dice in the future, extra. But now I could use it for a dice that I need now. So useful both ways to me, but I'm having it for the future and I'm spending that. Leaving me with a nice chonker of an elemental attack.
Cool it.
And then next round I can do my big special attack. Kaya's getting a bit of a kicking, but don't care. Am I attacking first next round? Should be, shouldn't I? Yep. So then I'm going to do a special attack on my opponent next time. So I need a lot of cryos. One. How it cheat me. Now I've got 3. I need 1 more, so I can spend 1 more card, essentially. It's a bit of a chuffer. I wanted to keep the Parametric Transformer and play that as well. So I might spend the weapon. I've not got it on yet. I've not got the card that pimps it out yet, so I might as well just spend it. Put the Parametric Transformer into play. Yeah. And do a big attack. Only -1? Why only -1? That's -3. I don't understand this. Oh, it's -1, but then when you switch, it starts doing extra damage, doesn't it? I forget. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want to get. Get that in play now.
Don't get frostbite.
He's taking a lot of damage. That's fine. I'm going to switch him out. I've got extra crystals now because of the parametric transformer. So I'm going to switch. They're not going to be able to do much next turn, I'm
The
guessing.
threads of your fate lie in my hands.
I'm going to switch one more time.
Let's go.
And I'm going to spend the hat and do another attack. Because it's all about attacks, isn't it, really? I mean, that looks better, 5 attack, doesn't it, than anything else. And now I've got more crystals, which means I can... Essentially, I can just do a switch and get a free smash in. I might switch to my most healthy character.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
But I can't actually spend that mana because I don't have any cards. All I can do is switch.
What you owe must one day be paid.
But I think this puts me in such a strong position that, okay, I sort of overdid it because I've got 2 crystals and they're now useless. But, or I could have done an attack actually, couldn't I? I could have done a 1 and a 2. I should have done that. That was a mistake. I think we're in a strong position anyway. And next turn, what we do is we just lay into this chuffer with as much force as possible, electro-wise. Said electro-wise. I'll tell you what, if you make your squad 2 or 3 of the same, it really damages your chances when you roll the dice, doesn't it? But at least we've got some electro in the house here. Don't care what they're going to do.
Put your back into it!
My turn. I've got all the switch cards now, but we've already done the switchy thing.
I summon thee!
You'll do fucking nothing. You'll do nothing. They'll do nothing. And I'll do another attack. I'm just going to leave it as it is because that's all just set to do the same thing next turn. But with more effect. Don't really have to worry about the cards anymore. There's nothing they can do. I just attack and I win, so... I think we've got this one. GG's Iron Tongue.
Put your back into it!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
My work... finished.
Legendary High Roller. But we didn't use our new deck, did we? Didn't get to use our new deck, so we're going to use our new deck. And I'll tell you what I want to do before we even finish this stream. What a wonderful eye-opening show, he says. Everyone's got a little line when you beat them. I have to haze them, don't I, instead? I can't be arsed. I've done my hazing today.
Oh there. Come and see these rare and precious curios.
Listen, let me tell you how it is.
Telling her a story, look. You were alright at cards. You're actually quite alright at cards. Not terrible. That's my hazing for you. It's not a bad hazing. What was that? Shh. Marlo. Marlo.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
Good that I got a little doggy that alerts me anytime. That's good, isn't it?
Not yet.
It's quite a nice too. I'm having a really nice stream tonight because it snowed outside. I started off feeling quite bad because slept in a bit today and it snowed and it feels snowed in and stuff. But now I feel like cozy and warm and we're playing cards. I've got my little doggy and everything's chill and, you know, and that sets me on edge. Like, it's snowy outside, so it sets me on edge a bit in a way for thinking that everything's nice and everything's cool, so maybe it might go wrong. But no, really, like, it's quite chill. It's snowed outside and it's
If you're not sure
warm
what
enough
to
in
do
here.
next, how about I take you on a walk?
Got my little doggy and I'm chilling, playing cards. It's really nice. Yeah. Given Hearthstone, given Genshin Impact an entire new feel to me as well. Like the idea, like, oh my god, I didn't think of it this way. Imagine in Hearthstone, if you actually walked around, like you went around in World of Warcraft to play Hearthstone, and you actually went to the houses of the people and played cards with them. Now we're doing something. Oh, it is actually much better. This is 10 times better. I just realised, now that I'm out here in the world, going and meeting people and playing cards with them, 10 times better. So I want to do a couple of duels around here. Wait, did he have a duel as well? Oh, I've got in the water. Get out of there. Didn't you have a duel as well? Adventure challenge, duel. Yeah, let's do that. Achieve victory within 5 rounds with less than 2 characters defeated. Well, if it goes like it did last time, we should. Unlocks when you reach player level 10. I'm not allowed to do it.
Listen, let me tell you.
Weird. I suppose I go around them twice. Easy mode and hard mode. Adventure challenge. Oh, I've done the same deck. I feel like I want to cancel out and use my other deck, so I might just do that. Can't hurt me in the long run, can it? Concede. It's my win rate. But we'll all know now why I've got a bad win rate is because I'm conceding games. Exit. Doesn't matter. It will matter one day to me. It will be one day they'll turn this into the biggest collectible tradable card game on the internet. And look at that. I'm just looking at her torso. It's naive for me to try and beat her with that trick. I say to her torso. I've got first person in Genshin Impact. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's back. Hello, Lan. It wasn't a trick. I just... What's going on with this juice, man? I'm not drinking that anymore. I prefer my chocolate milk. Yeah, I want to do this, and then let's do it with my new Cocoa water deck. And what I'll do, Fischl's in that deck, but it might be that we want to switch Fischl out for either another water character, probably, or another Frozen. I don't want to get another Frozen character at the moment. I've already got 2, so I'll go for another Hydro character and see what it's like to have a deck with 2 the same in next. So that's the plan. Let's do this and see how Cocoa water lines up without too much water. So I got this. When I play it, any dice can be re-rolled, and I get another re-roll. So that's really good. Leave that in. Paimon's good. You convert them to any dice you want. That's great. What I want then, as well, is things to play with it, alongside it. Like the Parametric Transformer and Super Paimon. Lovely. Okay. And actually, one of the good cards, combat action card, Jinqui. So let's go in hard with Jinqui then. Look, I'm playing against these chuffers. I'm going to smash them to bits.
May knowledge guide you.
Let's just go hard early and see what happens. I suppose first time we might be using the Parametric Transformer and stuff, so we don't need to worry too much. But I'd like a lot of Hydro. No Hydro. The more you lean on one element, the more the dice roll is going to be difficult. That's clear to me now. And this costs 4 Hydro die. I just noticed that. That's interesting. So let's start with Transformer. Because those are useless. They're going to come back better. Paimon is good at any point for that little burst. But this one is good for next turn. Three the same element. Not good. This card, good. Oh shit. I thought next time I got to reroll, I would then reroll again. I didn't realise it would do this. I only rerolled 2. How many because I was allowed to? And it was shit. It was worse. Hang on. When played, select any elemental dice to reroll. Any. I should play that first. Fuck. Okay. Good chance. You know, I'm learning. Roll phase, I'd still get another chance to reroll. Okay, yeah. Wow. I played that wrong then. That's fine. We're still in a strong position. What I can do is I can play Paimon, can I? And I can then attack with whatever I want. Like, I can either do the cards. I want to do the card. That's what I want to do. I want to see it in action. So I equip this to your active Jinqui. Yeah. Oh, you equip it. Hang on. What does it do? When it's your active character Jinqui, equip this card. After he equips this card, immediately use Fatal Rain screen. When it's Jinqui who has this card equipped, it creates a sword. Just want to play it and see what it does.
Rain outlines your fate.
Right. I've got Rain Sword 3. Decreases damage taken by 1. Vines, that's what they did on me. They did that, that's bad. But I've now got decreasing, I'm protecting myself from damage with the Rain Sword. When your active character receives at least 3, decrease the damage taken by 1. It's like a shield. Okay. That's how it is. Can't change that. I might as well leave him out there then, since he's my tank. And with the sword we got, if we get the sword on him, actually this is quite cool. If we get the sword on him, then he's actually a proper tank, isn't he? Because he can heal, and he's preventing damage coming in with his shield, so he can stay out there and soak up some damage. Effectively, theoretically. Got another reroll in hand, that's great. And I should get a reroll out of this, got to remember that. So, can we do some... What do we want to do? I just reroll all these. Let's try and get the hydro damage out. I want to see him doing damage. It's my new character. Save the wrong dice. An awful roll. Oh, I didn't do the reroll. Okay, I'm really fucking up. It's because I've been playing for 2 hours and my brain's now like collapsing in on itself playing cards. But what should I do? I've got 1 extra Paimon dice. Could spend some Paimon dice here, like that. I might as well. I've still got this out. Roll phase, gain another chance to reroll. That's always there then. Interesting. Let's play this. No, let's not. What am I doing? Starting to trip. I'm going to switch because I know that she can have an attack.
What are my orders?
Oh, and she gets, look, she gets these things applied to her now. The Rain Sword. And the negative thing from the enemy, but that's irrelevant. The Rain Sword is now applied to her. That's pretty fucking big. Okay. And there we
Born
go.
of Ice and Frost.
Here we go. Now we start to do something. So we get Wet Boy out. We get the Rain Sword up. And then we start to do some damage with Ganyu. Here's a plan. I like the look of. I could even switch now again if I want. Deal pyro damage at the end of phase. Just going to switch character for 1 crystal. Am I?
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Yeah. And then they're not going to do anything, are they? They can switch or do whatever, but I go first in the next round. They've still got more stuff to do. I'm going to really go for it, because I should be able to re-roll again, shouldn't I? I've got loads of crystals. So let's start with this.
No rest for the wicked.
That's one of them dead. I got my Ganyu special, but it's all... In fact, I can do that.
What are my orders?
Your orders are fuck 'em up with this. Pretty cool. It's the end of their round. Her special's charged, so next turn I want her on because she's going to do it. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, we don't need a special. Next turn we'll win anyway, but I'm starting to, you know, see how this works. I still quite like Oz and Fischl doing the chip damage. It's a feature that I like. Maybe I need to build a deck around that. Oh god, there's going to be so much to this, isn't there? It's given me all the hydros. You know, it's offered me the hydros, so I'm going to take them. We can. It doesn't matter because we're going to win, but I want to see what it's like to go with the dice again. Normally I wouldn't. Normally I would stick with my strategy and force the dice to try and come with me, but this time I've gone with the dice. So okay, that's been a spanker there, but I can switch to hydro and do loads of damage, or I could just end it. Look, but
Glaze over.
didn't even need all those dice, but interesting to see that. If you go with the dice, all you're spending is a switch. And I can actually get switches as fast actions because of cards, so it's not that bad a jive. I've got Catherine now. When I perform switch character, it's considered a fast action. Brilliant. Yeah, great. I like that. Once per round. That's just exactly what I was describing, wasn't it? So, no, thanks. It's almost like it was meant to be. Purchased at card shop, it says. She thinks I'm really good at cards. Show me, where's my card deck gone? I had a card deck on the top button. Is it only when I'm in the cat's tail? I have to go in here, find it in here. Card deck. Card deck. Oh god, what am I doing now? No, I just Genshin Impact are totally like you know, before it was like, oh, I'm just going to be playing a bit of Genshin Impact. Now they've had me, they've got me. Now they've got me. Genshin Impact card deck, yeah, go on then. Thank God this is not pay to win. I hope they never make it pay to win. It would be a real crying shame if they did. Card deck. Haven't I just got a new Catherine card? Where's my Catherine? There it is. I want Catherine in the deck. And I might take out... well, like that's switching. A fast action instead of a combat. And that's switching. Fast action instead of a combat. This one's permanent. That one costs nothing. Both cost a card. This one's permanent. Costs 2. Got loads of crystals floating around. Might be nice to have it as permanent. I'll take one out since I've put one in. And we'll just see which one becomes more functional. See which one we prefer. Got a feeling we're going to... What? Save changes. Got a feeling we're going to prefer Catherine, but... What's this in my bag that's new? Oh, I'm not doing that yet. I'm not doing that yet. Got an emerald card. Or should I just do it now on Coco Goat and we'll have fun? Who's my next challenge? Adventurer, shut up. I'm here to play cards. I've got no time for your... No time for your quests and woes now, Leeway Harbour. I'm here to play cards. Who's next? And where is it?
should I try these?
Storyteller. I know where that is. Shut up. No one's betting on Jade these days, mate. We're all playing cards. I know where the storyteller is. No wonder the storyteller... There are quite a few characters in this game, and I'm surprised with some of the choices here. They must have had arguments, decisions to make over who's going to be playing cards. I hope Chang the Ninth is playing cards. I'll tell you that. This storyteller is. All the storytellers seem to be into it. Tea Master. This one again, and then if we get more coins this time, we'll go back to the shop and see what our coins are looking like. Maybe take on another challenge, get that next wet character on board. We know that that's fucking cool, but not till the end. We know that that's not so useful now. Well, it is useful. That's really good. We like that card. This card, switch spell, yeah. There's a weapon there. What we're really looking for is the thing to cheat the weapon out at the same time as the weapon as well. So I'll hold on to weapon in case we get the cheat card, because we can maybe with those. I held the 2 artifacts and I was looking for the things that are going to cheat them out, but I didn't get them. But that's fine. Okay, that's the way it goes. What have I got here is I've got when use a skill that's already been used, spend 1 less die. It's not that massive on me. It's not that massive in food. So who's active and what's happening? I've got 2 for 2E. After you switch characters, if the character you switch to does not have energy, they'll get energy. And that is both sides, active characters gain Hydro. So that's quite useful, that is. Normally I'd be looking for him to shield up if I drew that combo, but I didn't, so I'm going to go this way.
What are my orders?
Your orders are get in there and fuck them up. Freeze them, because they're going to have Hydro on them. Option to lean into those dice roll and switch characters to ones that have... And I've got characters that do that, so maybe I'll leave those out. And letting the dice push me a little bit there. Getting Oz out would be nice, doing that chip damage.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
No escape!
By royal decree.
Could have put the bow on, couldn't I, before I did the attack? Which means I'm an idiot. So instead, I'm going to put that on, so that next turn I won't be an idiot. And next turn we've got that reroll in hand as well, so I'm definitely going to get my cryo attacks in. She'll take a bit of a hit damage, it's fine. I'm going to switch, they don't know it. And I've got cards that help me to switch, so hopefully we'll get one of them. No. Mind you, it's not stacked in that favour. You know, I've got all sorts of different cards. Maybe I need to stack it more towards the favour of switching, or more towards the favour of this or that. Certainly if I stuck with Kaya, I could lean the deck more towards switching characters, and the dice become less relevant because you just spend them to switch and you keep doing Kaya damage. Switch, 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 Kaya damage. Switch, 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 Kaya damage. Cryo and switch. So this time I'm going to force the dice to give me cryos. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to re-roll the ones that I don't even like this time. And the first thing I'm going to do is switch. Seems a bit weird, doesn't it? But, and if you get the artifact in the wrong order, that's bad as well, isn't it? I'm going to switch. I'm sort of playing a bit bad tempo-wise.
As per our contract.
But I think we'll get it done.
Ha! That all you got?
They're putting up shields and stuff, aren't they? Grant the character to which this is attached 2 shield points. If the character takes Hydro, Pyro, Cryo and Electro, Avenging Squall will deal 1 damage and its damage type will be converted to the corresponding element as well. That's really good, isn't it? Or is it going to deal damage to them? If it deals damage to me, it's really good. If it deals damage to them, it's not so good. Bit annoying. I was ready to go and lay in some damage, but they've switched up to a shield. I've got Oz going to do 1 damage as well. I'm just going to go with the simplest attack here. Knock off the shield.
Ha! That all you got?
No, it's not all I got. I'm now ready to do a big chuffer of a cryo attack, you chuffer.
This is long overdue.
And that's brought that into play. Deal 1 piercing damage to all opposing character damages on stand. Okay, it just does more extra damage at the end of the turn, doesn't it? Yeah. So we've got more chip damage going in. I'm happy with that. Didn't use my rerolls again. Might as well get one of those out now because it doesn't matter. I think I'm done this turn, or I could switch to Wet Boy. Please.
May knowledge guide you.
I think we win, but I'm getting a bit confused. Now again, there's quite a lot. All I've done is switch a couple of new characters in. Got a few different cards, but it's quite a lot to take in all of a sudden again. Trying to consider what the best strategy is for the most effective synergy. And I just keep thinking about how Kaya's switching, hitting is so universally... Like, we're always going to have characters to switch around. Once he's built up that attack, it's always going to be useful. Whereas some of these are a bit more situational, maybe. Can't even remember. I'm on Hydro, aren't I? Yeah. I get an extra chance to reroll, so I can really go for this. That should have been a huge advantage, but I actually didn't get loads more Hydros. Hey-oh.
No, my sword!
No, my sword. That's nice. Let's now get the shield up. Basically nearly killed me then. So my choice is to leave him out or maybe get him killed or switch, isn't it?
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Makes sense. It's a bit more balanced fight, this one, for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's me playing it badly because I'm feeling a bit tired now after like 2.5 hours. Oh, hello. Hello. In chat. Hello. You don't like what I feel about yeah, well, you know, we don't need to go into that bit about the grow your community, interact with your your viewers bit, because I have turned off chat earlier and I did explain, but like, it's just me playing cards and having a Sunday go on Genshin Impact. I don't really like, if we don't grow the Genshin Impact cards community work so much, I don't really worry. Not really. It's nice that you've been here for that amount of time, though. I don't attack a successful YouTuber for her body. What I do is, when people post pictures of their tits, I'm like, fucking hell. This is a bit excessive. Now, I thought we could talk about it face to face. Would be better than... if you want to come on Discord and talk about it, you can come on Discord as well. You might not still be here, maybe. But... what I do is like, I mean, I'm quite happy to show it. I do it on Twitter, don't I? People post this stuff up. I like ASMR. I'll just quickly take you around it if you're still here. You might not still be here. What happens is that like if I go on Twitter, and it's probably a bad idea. I'm just going to scroll down because I might get something that's not safe for work even. Like, I like ASMR, so I like follow a few ASMR people. This is a good example here of like if I go on Firefox. That's Moons. She does ASMR. New ASMR video in English on my YouTube channel. That's the sort of thing I like. You know, nice ASMR video. So I get that and I get it on my thing. So I might click on that and look at it. So now Twitter thinks I like ASMR. Yeah, and then. If I scroll down now, I've still got to be careful because you get something on my stream now that's not even safe for work on this. There's another ASMR artist, look. She's posted her ASMR video. So that's the sort of thing that goes on my timeline. But because of that, Twitter then starts doing some quite like out there, like this woman whose tits that Hitman Yellow was... no, it's alright, they're trolling me. Like, I kind of... Snippies, I kind of caught it in a little bit, don't I? Here's another ASMR artist that's normal, that's got ASMR posted, yeah? And then, like, I don't know if everyone else gets this. I'm still scrolling down until I can find one that... Because obviously I block people and, like, you know, don't really want to watch this other weird shit, so I'm just scrolling down until I can find an ear licker. Like, this woman with her tits that this guy was... probably talking about attacking her body. It's not her body I'm attacking. Maybe if I go to my actual timeline of things I've posted is a good idea. Me. My timeline of things I've tweeted and replied about. There'll be a load of them, won't there? Let's just put my tweets and let's see what I've tweeted. I'll get the actual tweet out that, you know, so-and-so is cross about. It'll just be on the borderline of safe for work. Because obviously I'm not going to retweet all the non-safe for work ones as well, because then I'm like retweeting NS. Like, there's one. Okay, there's one. This girl, this lady, this woman. I'm a bit annoyed that Hitman Yellow, I didn't pick you up early enough. I'm actually a bit annoyed because we could have talked about this. I might, you know, I don't know how I'd tweet you or anything to talk about it, but we're talking about it now. My stream can see it. You were in chat. I'll get your chat on the screen if you want. You know, ASMR Maddie, this one. Look, you see it says ASMR Maddie. I don't follow her. I'm not following her. I never followed her. I'm not interested. I don't know who she is. I've got no idea who she is. But it's come up in my time feed, that. And what's she got? She's got, come here, daddy. Please. Like, she's infantilizing herself. It's like softcore porn, it is, isn't it? She's infantile. Like, okay, she's just a woman and she's hot or whatever, but like, she's not that hot. Like, she's got quite fake boobs. Like, what it is, and I've seen quite a lot of ladies with their clothes off over the time. You know, it's not like, oh my god, there's a lady with her clothes off. What it is, like, I didn't ask for that on my timeline because I watch ASMR, and I think she's not that. That hasn't got much to do with ASMR. And like, if your ASMR videos, and I did look on her channel after this, like me retweeting her. All I retweeted was no thanks, and I put a link to my YouTube video, which is, I mean, that might not have been the first one. Maybe I did another, you know, another one. There's an ear licker. I don't mind the sex work. You're causing problems for women who make ASMR. Please, like, I don't follow Rose ASMR. If I highlight that, I don't follow her, look. But she came up on my timeline. I didn't choose that. That's how Twitter works. So every time it does, I retweet it and I say, just can you keep your fucking sex work out the way of the ASMR? Because what the fuck is this? And people don't like it. And everyone's got their own opinion. I don't mind sex work. I've got no problem with sex work. Look, and I'll tell you what as well, where's Ebony Bridges? Like, I tweeted this to make the same point. You won't outwork Ebony Bridges. There she is retaining her IBF title in the ring, fighting boxer. Here she is at the weigh-in. Most boxers take off their clothes for the weigh-in. It's quite a norm in boxing. And when women do it, lo and behold, they've got bodies. And like, oh, their bodies have got boobs on the front. Ah, like, I don't mind women having their clothes off in context. It depends where and when and how. So, I don't mind it. In fact, I quite like it in certain contexts. But when it's on my Twitter timeline, and I'm like, and it's worse than this, isn't it? It's worse than this. Like, when I say worse, like, you know what it is. They call it thirst traps these days. It's called thirst trapping. That's the concept, thirst trap. And the idea is that I might be so desperate for a wank that I look at this and go, oh, I'll watch your videos, I'll sign up to your YouTube or whatever. And I'm not that desperate for a wank, love. Get over yourself. So it annoys me. I don't mind it if it's just done as, like, I don't know, name a... when I was young, we had the Baywatch babes or something, didn't we? Like Gina Lee Nolan was in Maxim magazine. I bought the magazines. I put the posters from FHM on my bedroom wall. Kylie Minogue, oh, I'm a young lad. You know, like, yeah, I get it. Like, put it where it belongs, fine. I don't mind. Make it in my ASMR feed, I've got a problem. That's where the line is drawn for me. ASMR and that, just... You can... There is no one can argue to me that this is in some way, like, acceptable to be, like, just allowing and she's a softcore pornographer more than anything, I would guess. I mean, her ASMR videos do include her doing soft whispering and stuff, but then you can see her tits in all the videos, I guess. I don't know what you'd call that. I don't know whether, like, let's say, for example, like, going back to boxing, let's say I'm a boxer and I'm punching someone, but I'm also fucking them. Like, is that a porn video or is it a boxing match? Like, well, you can't put it on the boxing channel because you're doing the fucking. So, like, I just think once you bring the porn into it, it has to go somewhere else. I don't mind it. You could do Pornhub ASMR, put your, like, licky ear videos on Pornhub, but I'd like it if the algorithm could understand that I don't want to see this on my timeline. I don't mind seeing it on Pornhub if I choose to, but if I want to go on my... another problem I have is I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on the internet now, and I'm talking to you. Quite often we get my Twitter out, don't we? Quite often we get my Twitter out and look at it. So when I do that and I go down the timeline, I'd like to see... This is the things I've retweeted, so, you know, this. I'd like to see some pixel art. I don't want to have to see some woman with her fucking vag out again on my fucking timeline every time, because they're spoiling ASMR, they're ruining the ASMR world, they're trying to, like, dominate it with their bullying, and it's just horrible and boring, if anything. Like, I've seen fannies, I've seen tits. Like, I want to see ASMR. Like, I don't, and it actually, you know what annoys me is that it actually does annoy me to this level, and then I'm on Twitter, because that's what I think Twitter is. It's a bit of a sewer for poking out comments randomly without really giving much thought to it. So I kind of use it like that because that's what everyone else seems to do, and that's all right, isn't it? You're just sort of jamming out a few comments when you're, like, you know, messing about in between exports on the editing software or something. I don't tend to do it on my phone. I do it on the other computer when I'm on the software, waiting for something to load or whatever on the edit. Just bang out a few tweets. But as you can see, I'm varied in my content on Twitter. I'm not, like, here to bully people. I'm not, like, looking at all the ASMR girls. And no, you can actually see down my thing, like, how often I'm intrigued and interested in other stuff. And every now and then I got something like that on my timeline, so I retweet it. It's not like I've got, like, a campaign. There's another one. Although I did this one was, I found this to be quite distasteful. So I did look at what they were doing and I thought, wow, I might do a couple of tweets about this because that's quite distasteful. Don't know what you think Genshin Impact wise, but ASMR for pedos here. They've labelled it ASMR. Like, this is where we're going with it. If we allow the titty brigade in to just dominate. I don't mind a little bit of somebody's got tits and they're making ASMR. That can't be avoided. Your tits are lovely. I'm sure they look great. Just keep them just enough covered so it's safe for work content. And we're all good, aren't we? Well, unless your bra is, or your top is completely see-through and you're deliberately really pushing hard on that line, in which case it's just got to the point where why don't you just go and do porn if you're so desperate? If you're so desperate to get your tits out on the internet, why don't you just go and do porn and just leave us to the fucking ASMR? I can't... So I don't like this. I'm saying this net negative. Where are you on the spectrum? I'm definitely against this. Are you in agreement? I'm sure pretty much everyone else is in agreement that we don't like this. Do we? Lolly... Pedo-based lolly ASMR is bad, yeah? I'm not saying that getting your... But being a young girl... Like, to me, this is a younger girl than me. So... Like, I'm in a young girl's bedroom and she's licking my ears. I feel a bit like I might be a pedo if I'm enjoying this. Do you know what I mean? I feel a bit like that's pushing me in that direction. If I say I don't like this, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't like this. So I also, you're going to say, oh, you're not a pedo if you love this, are you not? how young does she have to be and how much licking where does she have to go to draw the lines here, there. I think with ASMR, this is sex work. It's sexual acts. I think these days, if you're asking an ASMR artist to get their feet out and show me your feet, it's very similar to asking me to show your sexual tits. Like, I mean, I'm not a foot fetishist, but there are ones out there, and I think they go up to women in ASMR communities and say, "Oh, could you do a video where you're squashing like grapes with your feet? That gives me tingles." And I think that's where we've got this from. I don't think that people, I would argue, I'm prepared to argue, that people come forward and say, I get tingles from this, and what they mean is, I don't want it to go away because it's like a fetish and I'm getting it for free. I actually wank off about this, wanky about this, so please don't take it away. I think that's what's happening. People might come forward and say this is tingle inducing, in which case I can't argue with their subjective opinion, but we could do some tests. We could do some scientific ASMR, fMRI scan tests sort of thing. Not questionnaires, put them in the fMRI scan, give them the 2 videos. Do they get the people that say they get ASMR, put them in, show them a video where someone's like, you know, tappy, they get the ASMR, it's logged, it's recorded, this is your brain going off when you get ASMR. Then lick their ears and see if they're enjoying it the same way. Like, damn it. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, the Hitman Yellow, that I am an idiot and didn't look at you while you were going off in chat, but I'm really sorry, because the idea is that I'd quite like to get you on Discord and say this to your fucking face on Discord. Anyone, I think I'm right. I think I might be right. We can argue about it and you can prove me I'm wrong. That's fine. I'm not like some like, this is the thing that actually made me feel like it's a bit sad here. Where's the sad one? I got that one. I mean, I'm memed now. I've been memed out of... I'm wrong now because of the meme, which says that I'm angry and I'm upset. Now you can see my face. Here's my real face. No mask. Not hiding behind a mask like ASMR Maddie, who won't show you her real face and opinion and, you know, who she really is and converse and talk about it like I will. Like, not real like her. Like, she's one of these, I haven't seen her work, so I'm just guessing from this period of interaction with her, but she might be a bit like Maria Gentle Whispering, where she might make all these lovely videos about how to calm you down and what a nice person, nice lovely videos, and then if you interact with them on social media and they don't agree with you, they're like, fuck you, I'm gonna cunt all over you, and like, you're like, wow, that turned nasty quick, because I thought you were very like calm and gentle. It turns out you're not. It turns out like you're quite aggressive. Just faking it for the videos then, love. Like, I don't know. So that's my feelings on that. I hope you... I'm really disappointed in myself that... I'll get it up on the screen now. I'll put the chat up on the screen and I will actually just bring it down. Can you move chat, Scotty Hottie? Can you move chat into the middle of the screen here? Where like there, and I'll put it... Give us a nice blank screen so you can read it, and I'll just scroll through it again so it can all be seen, because, you know... first time chatter here, Hitman Yellow. I missed their chat. You know, I missed their chat. My God, you have a viewer outside of yourself, and for 25 minutes in your third viewer. But you go on Twitter and attack a successful YouTuber for her body. I don't go on Twitter and attack a YouTuber for her body. We've covered that, but yeah. You jealous and a little man. Neither nor, so that's okay. And then I said hi 10 minutes ago. If you don't want to grow your community, interact with your viewers, you idiot. I mean, I don't... I do, actually. I think if we could have interacted, I might have been able to get you over to my side, and I think we might have ended up making a convert of you. So I do, yeah, I agree with that. But really, I've been enjoying playing my card game, and I just missed the chat. I did. I just missed it. So there we go. It's one of them. It's one of them. It happens sometimes. But I'm here now chatting, so it's a shame that I missed it. Anyway, Snippies says, like, I know that Snippies is probably going to, you know, back me a little bit here and that, so that's okay. Like, thanks. But like, I'm not on some like campaign. The only I'll tell you what, if I am on a campaign, look. If I am on a campaign, I think quite a lot about human rights and women's place in society and stuff like that. And I would say, like, you know, we can do a lot more than sharing pictures of women with their tits out. Now, this is what I chose to share.
Scorching down, and Hal Foster steps in, and it's all over. to keep her shape, Bridges and O'Connell. Scratch down and Howard Foster.
It's a good stoppage, that is. In boxing, you don't want to see someone get really hurt. And I think in the women's game, for some reason, the men are more inclined to step in when someone seems like they're in trouble. And we didn't see her get really hurt, but Ebony Bridges retained her IBF world title there through grit and determination and hard work. So I'm really proud of her for what she's achieved, just for herself and the sport, you know. So it's all right. I'm not like an anti-woman thing. I'm all right. I think if you check through my content and the way I promote and things I say and like what I'm tweeting here, it's okay. I think I can see it's okay. I'm not like constantly on at fucking this woman, and like, I'm not like obsessed with this fucking ASMR thing, or just sometimes it comes up in my news feed and I have to deal with it. So I do. Every time someone wants to come on stream and talk to me, I will get them on Discord. I want to make a thing of it because I think the more we talk about it and the more we have conversations, the more we can get this out there in the open. And like I said, I don't like the thing that comes across is difficult on Twitter is I don't mind that photograph. That's fine. Put it in your Playboy or wherever, and you know we'll know where it is then. Come here, daddy, infantilizing yourself, like making yourself like a little girl, so men that prefer little girls can come at you. That's up to you. No, it's not really my bag, but that's up to you. Don't really see it as that. Actually, you know, if I'm honest, I don't see that as that socially positive. I see that as a bit of a negative, net negative. But again, the main thing for me is you're called ASMR Maddie and it's coming up in my ASMR feed. So just fuck off back in your box and we're all, or you know, no more arguments. Oh, who am I to tell you where to go in your box? It's not me, is it? It's not me. The rest of society, this is the big picture here that people will, they'll go, oh, who are you to tell me where ASMR box? Right, here, this thing. If you were doing it on pop music, you'd get away with it. If you were doing it in the church, you wouldn't. So there's different lines in different areas of society. ASMR is mainly a thing on YouTube for people who like sounds and the tingle feeling and relaxing. So there isn't the same sort of, like in the church you wouldn't get away with it because someone's going to come in, you're going to sit like that in church and someone's going to come over and go, excuse me, you know what I mean? Maybe, or maybe you just get away with it because they'd all love it. I don't know these days. What do you know what I'm saying though? Like there are places where that would seem inappropriate, like a children's play park. Come here, daddy. I don't know, but anyway, maybe if someone didn't say it, they'd just feel it was inappropriate. The point being, in the ASMR community, we can't really, like, there is no police for this. There is no group of people going, oh, fucking hell, that's a bit over the line when you post this. What you do get, if you're this woman, is quite a lot more attention and your channel grows and you get more viewers because the people that like wanking over your tits are watching you pretend to do ASMR. So, no, that's what you get. But the rest of the ASMR community gets skewed in this weird way where like sex porn becomes a feature of ASMR and we didn't ask for it and now you're doing it. And like, I can't, like, there is no button on YouTube for get rid of that. YouTube have to figure that out. You have to figure it out in your own brain. Why don't you just become a thirst trap person? I think thirst trap's alright. You're not allowed to say thought. I don't know why these days thought was like an internet terminology that people use to describe this sort of behaviour, I think. But I'm just going to search what it means just to make sure I'm not using the wrong word. Derogatory, informal. A woman who has many casual sexual encounters. No, that's not what I mean. I mean like thirst trap. Someone who is like this one here, hoe. That's the same sort of word. Like people use hoe interchangeably, but they don't mean someone who literally is a prostitute, do they? They mean someone who's a bit, you know. I think, isn't that okay if you're wearing a come here daddy tiny top with your boobs exposed, I can see your nipples and all that? Like, isn't that a bit like a hoe? Like Snoop Dogg might call her a hoe and he'd probably get away with it. So I'm going to just say that. And I just think that's okay if you want to be like that. But the ASMR tag, that's what we just need to start. Like if people were coming into the ASMR tag and doing blowjob ASMR or so let me try and think of something else that really wouldn't be ASMR acceptable. That really wouldn't, you know, it doesn't matter whether you get ASMR from it, it's whether it's acceptable to platform it in the same marketplace, I guess, for me. Maybe it's more that. I'm refining my ideas as we talk these ideas over. I'm prepared to change my ideas if someone proves me wrong. So I think that on ASMR YouTube, on ASMR tagline on Twitter, well, maybe Twitter's the wrong place because it is a sewer, isn't it? You know, we get that lolly, we get that bad thing as well. We get this as well, don't we? Like the lolly proser thing, like all the awful, we get all that like weird shit as well. So I don't know. I'm bunking her in with that. Just fucking hell. And I'm quite happy to attract people. If I'm posting that on there, I'm quite happy to attract people to my stream and they can fucking deal with me. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to stand my ground on that. Thanks very much for watching this video. I'm going to carry on playing cards. But this is going to be edited into a little video and we'll just see what they think of it. I mean, I think I come across better when we talk about it for reals. So hopefully people can educate me if I'm wrong. Thanks. And that's going to really fuck up my card game edit video. I've forgotten what even was happening. But I've got some magic dice and crystals and attacks. And this is all very relaxing.
I summon thee!
I think we're in a strong position.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
I could say... I can't keep going on about it. I'm just going to say this because I said it in a tweet to somebody else. I'm just going to quickly say this. I could say that a hand job gives me ASMR, but if I did a hand job video on YouTube, there might be a problem. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I did a hand job video and called it ASMR and put it on YouTube, there's going to be a problem. Doesn't matter how much I pretend I get tingles, I'm doing a hand job. So there's a borderline somewhere. And obviously, this is okay to be over the borderline for your content to be mainly about your tits, but, you know, somewhere amongst this, there is a connection to ASMR. Yeah, for me, that's too far over the borderline, that's all. That's all. No big deal. They're no big deal. It's no big deal. What's my turn now? Got one coin left. Could play another one of these. Could do whatever I want. Might give some food to somebody so I don't die. Would quite like to be doing some healing. Heal the target character. Can I select? Yeah, I can select the target, so that's good. And I'm not even worried. I'm just going to end the round. I think the next round we just do enough damage. This chip damage will go in now. Like that. And next turn, even if we don't kill them... Oh, look. There we go. The chip damage killed.
Oh, looks like one day be paid. Too far.
There we go. So I'm not too bad at the old cards. I'm getting the hang of this. 750 lucky coins. Who's got the lucky coins now? Lusu. Who's got the lucky coins now? You and your fucking tea shop story time. I'll give you a bit of the old hazing. Wait till I see him. Here he is. He's nearly there. He's back now. That's amazing. You're the first to defeat me this way. Yeah, with the chip damage, yeah. Right. Your tea time stories are boring. And sometimes people have to check behind the screen because it smells so badly of fish. They think it might be that there's someone's left fish there. But then when you go, it doesn't smell as much. So we've determined it's you. Have that. Put that on your wall as like a little quote, you have that and you put that on. What you do is you take that and you put that on your wall like it's like live, love, laugh poster. You write that on the wall like a little inspirational quote about the fish thing. Remember that. Your stories are well rubbish. See your stories. No, wait. You see over there. Were you going to write that? You see over there, well, over there, down there, in the sea, down there, where the merchants are. You see the little bits of paper they give to people as receipts with the little notes on. And you see the people just drop them on the floor down there, and they go in the sea. See down there, they end up in the sea. Oh, I've fallen off. Shit! Quick! Get back up to give him his hazing. Get back up to give him his hazing. Come on. They throw the papers and they end up in the sea. They're little rubbishy bits of paper. They kind of swash up. In the tide, they swash up over here. They swoosh up with the tide, and they sort of gather in a sort of like froth. There's some bits of rubbish, a bit of scum on the water, and those bits of receipt papers. It's a feature of Leeway's like waterways. They just sort of froth up and wash up. You know, you see them from time to time because there's so many receipts going on in the market. You know, the receipts that wash up with all the scum. Those receipts, yeah. That's your book. That is. That's your best story. That is. That's what that is. That's your best story. So, fuck that. Have that, you. Oosh! Run. I've really insulted him this time. Let's run. Right. Hazed him. Hazed him. Beat him and hazed him. Bring him on. I'm going to have to get another drinky. You right, Milo, you good boy. Oosh. Tell you what, it's actually quite a good tactic to deal with the... I mean, they're not trolls. They've got opinions, but I think some of them might be defensive over their favourite titty model.
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Farozan, and I'll see if I can pick that up.
Right. Yeah, I think some of them might get a bit defensive over their favourite titty model, but yeah, it's quite a good way to deal with the trolls I've discovered there. Look, it's just you completely ignore them, because I did ignore them, so I didn't even know. I didn't know that noticed they were talking, but you completely ignore them, and they get really cross and then just go away. Right. I mean, it didn't help. They think that my success is based on these streams, and that when they come here and I haven't got loads of viewers, like, but actually, if you can get more than 3 to 5 viewers a stream, then averaging, then you're in the top 40% and you're well on the way. So I feel heartened by that, and I enjoy Genshin Impact. The main thing that we're doing, the content we're creating, of course, is not titties.
100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been...
Shut up, Farizan. It's not titties. The main content we're creating, if you go to the Ganji Kid channel, we've actually got quite a lot of content that we bash out now. We've got... Sorry, live. We do Thus, the podcast. We're going to be picking up with this YouTube content in January. We're going to be playing... I've got to get all my ducks in order. We're going to be playing Stray, lead up to Christmas. We're going to be doing a special of Thus, which is... We're going to do John Bennett Ramsey on the 19th of December. We've got a new episode on the stream that went up, The Forest Quartet, where I did an interview with the developer, and you could see the film that I made a bit, and then played that game, and it was really moving for me, so I really enjoyed doing that. More stuff like that on the way, more developer interviews, more interviews on a podcasty sort of theme, you know, maybe not all called Thus, maybe we keep, I don't know what we call everything, but, you know, more stuff like that, more structured content on the big YouTube channel. What's happened to the Genshin Impact? Where's that gone? Oh, Genshin Impact. I've got my own channel now for Genshin Impact. So that's starting from scratch again almost, because nobody knows it's there, but we get a few views, not many. And I'm trying to upload these videos quick enough to get us up to speed, because these are all the old videos of everything we did, and it's taking a bit of time to get up to speed. But eventually, we'll get to the point where I can say, today's episode will be up on YouTube tomorrow, every time. Bang, bang, bang. That's the plan. So it's taking a bit of time, because I don't want to... sit down and do a thumbnail for 20 videos all at once and have to watch them all, do the tag labeling, and you can't watch them all if they're all uploaded at once anyway, so 1 or 2 a day. We'll catch up quite quick, you know, 20 days by Christmas we'll be there, and they're all good for the new year, you know, all good for the new year. So we've got lots of different outlets for our content, and the ASMR counts, doesn't it? I really should service this for the new year. I should put out some other videos, because at the end of the day, if I'm going to critique these women with their tits out, like, for not really understanding or producing proper ASMR, and for sort of polluting the well for the rest of us, maybe I should put out some good ASMR from time to time and really just make that point and drive it home. So I kind of feel like I should do. The last few videos we did an 8 drop, didn't we, in 8 months ago now, eight different videos and an anthology of them, or the best bits. So I think we do something else like that, like an album. You know, I'll work on something, I'll get the recording stuff out before Christmas, and I'll do a couple of little recording sessions, bang out a little album of, you know, 6 to 8 videos or something. That'll be nice. So yeah, we've got lots of content coming, and we've already made loads as well, so you can find it all for me now. Gravekeeper Ganji Kid, the main hub channel, and you can find all the other channels there we're trying to move forward with. So it's not all tits. I mean, I haven't got that to rely on, so maybe I'm jealous. but I wouldn't like to sort of think that the people that were coming there to wank on my tits were coming to watch my content. I wouldn't like it. So I don't know, maybe I should empathise. Do they enjoy that? I think that's like, now hear me out, hear me out. Hear me out. I would feel it kind of creepy. I've never considered what it would be like to do porn, you know, and like porn star is one thing because you're doing a porn shoot, you're controlling things, I guess. Doing something that's not porn and having people wanking over it, it's something totally different. You'd feel a bit whoa, wouldn't you? Like whoa. What if you're making like K-pop dance videos and everyone told you they were wanking on them? Or what if you were making, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of things that are on YouTube borderlines now that people probably wank over. Gardening. I'm not wanking over anything I say now. You'll go, oh, you wank over gardening. So I chose a weird one. Yeah, because it'll be thrown back at me now, won't it? Anything I say will be like, oh, you think that's acceptable? Or whatever. I don't know. Dark side Phil. Yeah. Anyway. I quite like these conversations, actually. I quite like them. I think they're quite fun.
Change those dumb rules at the academia.
Where am I next? What are we up to? 3 hours. You know, we packed in quite a good stream here. I don't have to like smash it over the head. There's quite a lot of card games still to do. I did say I wanted to go back to the tavern and see how I was getting on in terms of progress. And like, I'm calling this home base now, the tavern. Home base. Are there any other card games out there in the world? I don't know. I'm going back to home base in the Cat's Tail. They're going to have to do Mondstadt before they do Leeway, aren't they? Like, Mondstadt will be their flagship, and then once they've built Mondstadt for real in the world, or maybe I'll just get VR. Maybe we just get this in VR, and I can just come here and be here in VR. Maybe it's that, but I'd quite like to go to a real theme park. Real Mondstadt theme park. Because when I'm in here, I've got my cat book, look, I can look at it. I've obtained enough lucky coins. I need to collect more cards, and more I didn't get enough character cards. I thought I might have got some through doing that. Maybe I needed to do the jewel, or what are the character cards? They're the main characters, are they? So I need more tickets then. Complete 40 open world player challenges. That's what I was doing. Yep, I'm on the road to that. So I consider, I guess, I finished those challenges that are still in Leeway. This is the second page of the book. Every area like Leeway, Inazuma, Sumeru will have it'll have like a load of people like that, a load of things to do. Maybe I get some characters cards through that, or maybe I'll just get the tickets. And guest challenges are weekly. So let's see how many tickets I've got. I've got 2 tickets. So yeah, I'm thinking, you know, you just work your way through, don't you? So, I was saying about maybe getting another wet character. She's wet. Barbara's wet. Well, I could go with Dendro to trigger the... At the moment we've got Cryo and Hydro, so maybe another Hydro. I mean, Barbara's... Is she a healer? She says she doesn't know how to play. I think we're going Mona, because she's a character I got recently. She's pretty cool. She's a bit of a 5-star. And might be interesting. I've got, again, I might be wasting a ticket here, but this will be fun. I'm going to pick up another character
You
card.
really want to play against me? No crying like a baby if you lose.
Bringing the attitude every time. Yeah, let's play. I'll go with the deck that I've got and just see if it's fun. And if we get another wet character, I can add to my team with another wet character then. And that'll be something cool. Oh, I've got the sword. Lovely. I want the artifact that makes the sword cheaper then. In that case, I'll keep the draw because that's a cycle through. It could be that we get it. Timmy, I think you're going to have to go, Timmy. Although it does draw and creates an element in the long run. Helps me cycle. Yeah, I'll keep it. I mean, what's the point in keeping something that you can cycle when you could shuffle it in and instead get the thing you want? But I've kept it there. Look at her jumping around in gold. I need to get all the gold cards. Like, this game would look lovely with all the gold cards, wouldn't it? That would add all that magic that I'm saying is absent. Yeah. A lot of it, anyway. I need the gold cards. She's Hydro, so we're going to go Cryo to start with.
As per our contract.
They told me I would love the card game. I said, no, I don't like it. And now look at me. Nice. I re-rolled the Cryo because I thought I was playing as a Hydro. That's how I know. Like, when I'm playing Hearthstone, I make a stupid mistake like that. And I'm like, look, I've played for too long. I'm now going to lose the game because I'm making fundamental errors based on being an idiot rather than like actually losing because I'm not good. I'm using a Cryo character and I re-rolled all my Cryo dice and got Hydros. So that's, yeah. Good job. I'm actually just going to spend a load of cards anyway. Why not? That's always good as well. I'll get a reroll off it, but it doesn't matter, but... it's good for having the rerolls later. You alright, Omi? And then... I want to put the sword up if I can. It's 3 different, isn't it? Yeah, it's 3 different. So maybe I don't put the sword up. Maybe I'll just get an attack in early, because I can do 1 elemental attack here. Oh look, she's got a 5 attack as well. I didn't notice that. That's interesting to me. I'm an idiot then for not noticing that. She's got a 5 attack. Has he got a 5 attack? It's not his turn. No, he hasn't. Should we get the elements? The elements guide me. Let's get that. And don't I get a thing out of it? I got a shield out of it.
Shadows of fate.
Useful. They've got their little chuffer up.
Chivalry will never die.
It's quite nice both of these characters can create a shield. I quite like that. Like, what a shield will effectively do is delay my opponent being able to deal damage against me, yeah? Which is good, because I'm trying to build up a turn where I hit them with loads of stuff. In just general theory. It's end of round. But now we get special re-rolls. And I'm going for Hydro, and I'm going to put my sword on. Or did I already put my sword on? I can't remember. No, I'm going to put my sword on and go for Hydro. And that's so powerful, isn't it, being able to do 2 re-rolls? Didn't help me at all, but... They switched, don't care. Let's just start doing some damage. Let's get me swordy on. And then let's put him up for 3. Go Paimon. Rain, outline your fate.
No, my sword!
Some more dice. What do we get? Cryo. What have I got there? Animals. I can spend them though. No, I've got 3 different. That would be a 1 and a 2. Yeah. Getting some damage done. I haven't got anything left to do, but we're set in a strong position to do more damage next turn. So I'll just leave it there. And again, I'm going to pump for Hydros. But I'm going to keep the Electros because I could utilise those and switch if it goes wrong. Look, if it starts See, it's giving me one hydro, so I'm going to keep the other electro as well. And I might keep the one hydro. That's useless. My turn. Parametric transformer can go up again. To the same. Two different. I think so. Yeah. If I've got this... I haven't counted this out in my head properly, but this probably works. Well, no, it doesn't, does it? Unless I've got the free switch. Hang on. Let's just see what happens.
Let me weave you a verse.
Got her froze. I intend to switch for free if I can I? Yeah. Switched official, but you didn't get your...
In the name of the Prinzessin!
Oh, I do lose a bit of tempo, but I don't think they've got the mana crystals. Yeah, fine. And then... You didn't get your...
I summon thee!
Birdie outlet. My turn continues, but I've got nothing that I can do. I could play that next time. I could play it, but why show them that I'm playing it? I mean, it's not a human player, but why show them? And then that is another... I've got loads of these in play, so... I think I've got enough of those in play. It's all looking good. In fact, I think the library there allowed me to switch for free anyway, didn't it? I'm currently on official, am I? Yeah, and she's 10, and I'll just stick with her and just do some damage. But I might want to switch to cryo. Not going to be switching to cryo. Give me some fucking rolls, doesn't it? Give me some fucking rolls.
By royal decree!
Right, I've got loads of crystals now. I don't want to tune them, I want to play this. Thanks. Switch.
What are my orders?
Your orders are to... In fact, I didn't need to do that, I got loads of them. Let's do a 5. Let's do a big 5. And I maybe should have attacked with Prinzessin before I switched, actually. Because now I have to switch back. That was a mistake. But... So I could do quite a lot with that. That'd finish 2 of them with the chip damage from ours. That'd finish everything. And I'd need to change 3 and I've only got 2 cards. 2 cards I could trade and get 1 big 3 and a 2 out. I could do a 1 and a 2 and kill her off just straight. And we don't lose either way, do we? But I should have done the electro attack maybe before.
This is long overdue.
Couldn't. Oh no. Now I lose a card.
Do you? Why'd you lose a card?
I think I need to do this. Decided by destiny.
I don't really think it matters, love. I just, next round, I roll the dice and I kill them with a 5-star cryo. Oh, they're dead anyway. Look, I forgot.
One shall descend once again.
Better at this than I thought. Hello, Bob. England, yeah. Fucking hell. That was an experience yesterday. We got cheated out of the World Cup. I mean, absolutely one of the most disgraceful. I've seen worse refereeing displays in the lower leagues where I used to go watching Birmingham, and the worst occasions, everyone went on the pitch and wouldn't stand for it. I'll just say it like that. I mean, they call it a riot, but the way I look at it, we went on the pitch and we wouldn't stand for it. Unacceptable. Absolutely cheated out of it. I know he missed a penalty, but you can't... the flow of the game, the amount of decisions, the way it affects the players, it was all tipped in the balance of... I think the whole World Cup has been paid for and bought off and corrupted. It's in this North African country of Qatar, which is quite close to the Arabic countries of like... where all the oil money and all that, you know, it's just not it's a weird surprise. Let's just say this: it's a weird surprise that on the opening game, like Saudi Arabia and Iran, didn't they do quite well, and then also Morocco have managed to make it into the semi-final despite never having shown any world class any competition. Like Morocco are now in the semi-final, and if you say with France and England, well, it's not. But why is it so? Oh, don't worry, Snips. It's just one of those things. But you know, it's one of those things. I'm not that hurt by it, but it's a shame, a crying shame, because it's obvious what's happening. Like, you know, if you can buy a referee or bribe a person or an official, like, is there not a lot more sort of North African Arab money in France and Paris and that area? I'm being a bit racial. I'm not being racial. I'm being like socio-political. I think there's a lot more money coming that has a lot more ties in these areas. And I think if you were to say which of these two teams would those powers that be prefer to ascend to the next level, because now you've got Morocco versus France, and that's quite an interesting match, isn't it? Because it's colonizer versus colonized, so that's quite an interesting matchup. Yeah, interest. I think those things behind the... I just think it was a disgusting... Like, we got cheated. And, like, in the world level, sometimes they can do it... If you get cheated and they do it well, you don't really notice, you feel bad. But if you get cheated and it's obvious, it's just like, what? Like, everyone was saying it as well. The refereeing was... It's not just bad refereeing. It's bad refereeing if both sides do fouls, neither side gets called for it. If one side does fouls and never gets called for it, but the minute you do something, the referee's like on you, like, what are you doing? Stop kicking the ball. Like, all right, yeah, maybe it's the referee. Right, well, I've got this now. Combat action. When your character is Mona, equip the card. When Mona equips it, use the Stellarist Phantasm. When your Mona, who has this card equipped, is the active character, Hydro-related reactions you trigger deal 2 additional damage. Well, that's good, because I've got a Wet Boy, I think. I hope he helps. You know, I hope it synergizes, because I don't really understand this that well at the moment until I play it through and see it. And there's all her attacks. She's in our team. She's got her card. It'd be nice to have her in gold. I think you might get that from doing the hard mode, if I'm right. I might be wrong.
It's just a few cards, honestly.
I love the way they've done a little bit with everyone. That's quite cute, isn't it? They all get a little word in edgeways at the end. I'm not going to haze Mona. There we are. What's going on with my cards? Challenges and manual. I need to complete more open worlds. I need to get more character cards and collect more cards. That's fine. So it's all in order. In fact, 2 more characters. I don't need to buy cards, because when I beat those characters, I'll get more cards, won't I? This is going to come later in the week. I'm going to do a Genshin Impact stream where we play the Misty Dungeon. It's a fighting dungeon. It'll be fun. But we're doing a cards one tonight. This is the cards thing. There's a new test run we haven't done yet. I get to choose to play. I get to play as these characters and talk about their fashion choices as we rate the Wanderer's fashion choices. I should do it pretty soon because it'll go as a Ganji cut, and they're all talking about him now, aren't they? But
What did you say?
I mean,
I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam, Farozan. And I'll see if I can pick that up.
It probably doesn't come across well if someone hears me say, oh, I don't really, like, earlier on I said I don't really give a shit about Genshin Impact content. You know, I play Genshin Impact at the weekends and I stream it because I like playing games at the weekends, so I'm streaming it. But my content is something else in a way. Like, I've actually started to get that in my head now, a bit more. But I still like Genshin Impact and want to make good Genshin Impact content. You know, I still stream it for a good reason, and I'm quite happy to, you know, maybe I'm going to try and edit tonight's
research isn't some kind of fad.
episode into a
Topics
more...
don't just go in and out of fashion.
I don't know how you'd edit the card games into a more concise fashion for people to watch, with a bit of banter in between to keep it going. I don't know, but maybe I should do that. Become the world's premier Genshin Impact trading card game challenge. Like, what I should do is say, oh, if you want to beat this character, make sure you put these cards in your deck, and this is how you do this one and that. Like, brah. Like, who can I really... Am I going to spend my time doing that? I'm not slating anyone who does it. I'm just saying, like, for me, it seems like a lot of effort to make videos. Maybe I should do, because maybe... Could you imagine if I got really popular for doing that? Isn't that the gig? Isn't that the good gig? Isn't that what you want? I don't know. Maybe I think we could do more. A bit more than teach people how to play Genshin Impact cards. Well, I could. So this is like my fun time. And if anyone wants to come and watch my fun time, that's fine. But I will also attempt to gather more of an audience by doing edits of it. So, no worries both ways. It's all good in the hood, isn't it? I love jumping off this thing and going around in a circle and jumping off this. They should put more of this in the game. It's brilliant, isn't it? This is where we came in, isn't it? This is where we came in. Ha. Oh, you like the China track? Thanks. I've got another one of those. I've got a sort of drum and bass breakbeat remix thing as well that requires... I'll tell you what, the video edit was an ordeal because I did that yesterday and Final Cut did keep crashing, but I did manage to make it work. I had to sort of decide sometimes when it was having trouble with something, I was like, alright, just delete that bit then. Alright, just delete that bit then. I'd reload it and work on it for a bit, and then it'd be like, oh, I don't know about this, I'm having a bit of a think here. And I'd be like, alright, just delete that bit then. So it might not be my finest edit. And you know what? They don't have to be my finest edits, do they? What's more important is I just get them out there so they're off the cutting table and out there, and I can move on to a different edit. Not that, like, I would let it bottleneck anything, it's just that it's there on the editing table and it needs to be finished, yeah. I don't know what to best prioritise. I actually think I'm at the point now where if I was making more... I don't make enough AdSense on YouTube, do I? Like, any. But if we can get that up to monetized, I'd like to hire an editor as well, as because I'm good at editing and it takes some time and I'm prepared to do it. But I would be interested to see if I could hand over, for example, today's stream and say, could you clip me out the bit where we talk about the sex women so that I can put that up on YouTube? And they might say, don't put that up on YouTube. And I say, why not? Anyway, can we click that bit and put it on YouTube? And also, could you just edit down the card game to a sort of 40-minute, this is the Genshin card game, it's fun episode. Thanks. And they'd be like, how much do you want for that, boss? No, I have to say that to them. I have to pay them money. And then it might be worth it. You know, just have someone banging those good videos out that bring the people in. And then I could say, oh, I am a Genshin Impact content creator. A lot of them do get other people to edit their stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I feel like as a solo producer, I do a lot of it all myself, don't I? So it's more about what I feel like when I feel like it than pandering to that algorithm. But of course I have to take the hit that I don't grow as quick and I'm not the premier Genshin Impact trading card game channel. Despite probably having the skills and the time to do that. And maybe it would actually be the most lucrative thing out of all the different things I could do. Yeah, maybe, but then is lucrative. I always then say to myself, is that, you know, could you imagine yourself in a year's time sitting down to make another Genshin Impact trading card game video in a year's time? Sitting down. Maybe you don't have to, maybe you can move on in a year, but why would you want to? Why don't you just move on now? And instead we're going to be talking John Bennett Ramsey with a criminal psychologist on forensic psychologist on 19th. We're going to be doing Stray, which for me will probably be game of the year. Of course Genshin Impact's game of the year, but we'll be doing Stray. And then into the new year we've got ideas about getting guests in and little other steps, little cheeky little steps forward that just bring the content up another level. Genshin Impact will maintain as a weekend game. And we're going to try and bring the Warrior of Rome game, for example, the Rome Warrior game. I bought it, never played it yet. And I need to get some of these other things in the loop. So it's all coming, it's all happening. I'm happy with the general, the vibe, the process. Yeah, I always talk about this sort of shit at the end, just to fill you in. Make sure that you're hyped for the upcoming January and our little bit of Christmas special. See how I like running around in this circle? It's good, isn't it? I like it anyway. You be good, little puckas. And if you can't be good, you're naughty.